Everybody, welcome to Matt Man, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zan. I'm joined by the man that asked the hardest hitting questions, Rich Stambolian.
And I repeat, do you want to see my little dance?
I do. Do you do this? Do you do one of these? Oh, you blast off.
I do one of these. I blast off. I start doing this stuff.
I'm into
start
this.
pop locking.
That's at the next next scrum.
Start doing this shit.
These are the things that you get from the Matt Man podcast. You get the hardest hitting questions.
Yeah. You know what? I stand by my by what I asked. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about anybody else who came after me. I do not care. I showed my buddy a couple of weeks ago, and he was shocked. He has like no concept of like because he's not on social media.
Yeah.
Like really, so he was like, oh, I saw they sent they were complaining about The Rock and sent him like death threats and stuff like that. I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And you know what? It's not just The Rock. It's everybody. It's us too, And then like I was telling him about, me getting dragged and you getting dragged and like everybody we know getting dragged. It's nuts.
I got dragged for reporting something that was 100% factual.
Yeah.
Isn't that
100%? Like,
yeah. With zero room for error.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally word for word.
Yeah. This is it's the news. It's basically the news.
Yeah.
Right?
This is it.
And you watched a man get shot and then said, man get shot
And
right in front of me.
According to who?
Exactly.
Did you see the body? Did you touch it?
I think that's what all these bozos, that's, you know what? The according to who is the blanket term for all these bozos on the internet, Andrew.
On these internets.
I
want to go back to how it was. StarTAC Motorola's.
Oh yeah, forget it. I don't want to see your face. I don't want to know about you.
Remember when the Greeks were running rampant with the Nextels?
That's right.
That was a big Greek thing.
I'd have to hit you up on Instant Messenger and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah. Guys, this show's all about professional wrestling and everything else that we freaking want to talk about. Half the show's nothing.
Yeah.
The other half is wrestling. This is what we do. A lot to talk about. AEW Revolution tomorrow. And it's a Sunday pay-per-view. I get it. But it's a Sunday pay-per-view.
We got so treated and conditioned for those Saturday PLEs.
Yeah.
Same here. But the Sundays, it's going to be fun. I don't know if I can stay up until midnight. I feel that's my countdown.
Yeah.
And like it's a giggle between my wife and I and whoever I know that watches, like Kyle, for example. I'll just be like, I don't think I'm going to make it, guys. If you don't hear from me, I'm asleep on the couch.
Yeah, dude, but you know what? It's fine. I'm okay with that because what I end up doing now, and it's so much easier. Can you imagine having to do these pay-per-views till midnight and it's like how it was in the 90s? You got to get up and like go to school in the morning.
Yeah.
We would never be watching it. It would almost be, I guess maybe if you're a teenager, it doesn't freaking matter because your body is staying up till wee hours of the night, but I can never do it. I missed the pay-per-views ending at 11 o'clock. That's a perfect time for it to end. Is 11 o'clock.
Like 10:55. 10:55. We're done.
Oh man, that would be so good.
I've always, when I was younger, I always had the fortune of having off on Monday, either from school or from work. Not by design, but just like, oh shit, I'm off on.
Yeah.
So I'd be able to like stay up late, have some beers, hang out,
love it.
Eat a big sandwich.
But we got a pay-per-view this weekend. We had The Rock on SmackDown last night. I loved it.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah. You want to start with the news?
Should we go into the in memoriam?
In memorandum, as he put it?
As MG put it, in memorandum. In memoriam, Ole Anderson passed away at 81 years old, original member of the Four Horsemen.
Very influential. At one point, one of the greatest bookers ever.
Absolutely.
And at one point, one of the worst. And what a decade can do.
Yeah.
And it's a great example. Ole had a tremendous career. There was a great discussion at if he was a curmudgeon and at what age can you be a curmudgeon?
At any age.
At any age.
Any age. I've met 20-year-old curmudgeons.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I know plenty. Ole was very instrumental. Dave did a great job in The Observer with his eulogy. It goes through his career. If you want to listen to it, listen to him and Brian. He went deep into Ole's career, and there was that unbelievable phone call. Have you ever heard it? Ole called into Wrestling Observer Radio.
Yes.
And Dave had read his book like page by page,
cover to cover,
memorized the whole thing, and had all these notes. And Ole didn't like that he had an answer to things.
Yeah.
And they became so combative. It was so good.
What was one of the highlights of that was Ole going something like you're jealous that I could do what you can't do, so you just write about it.
Yeah.
Or something like that, right? I'm paraphrasing.
And Dave was like, probably not. I don't think so.
No.
Very influential, original member of the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Lars Anderson, Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota
Amazing
Wrecking
stuff.
Crew, baby.
The Minnesota Wrecking Crew, who was very influential in television wrestling and was head booker in Jim Crockett's promotion before Dusty. Was he the one that instilled a no over the top? Was that an Ole rule?
That might.
No. It wasn't Ole. It was
Jim Herd. Wasn't it Jim Herd?
Nope. It was not Jim Herd. It was Mid-South. Bill Watts.
It was
Bill Watts.
Yeah, Bill Watts.
It was a Bill Watts thing.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
But
we'll talk about him a little bit later.
Yeah.
Interesting, weird tidbit. So our wives have a lot in common in that they don't care about wrestling.
Yeah.
So, I was telling her, I was like, oh yeah, Ole Anderson died, that sucks. And she was like, didn't he have a brother? I was like, Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, they're not really brothers.
Yeah.
And she was like, what? And she got like kayfabe.
Yeah. What? Same last name? Not related? Also, Virgil passed away.
R.I.P. Virgil.
Age of 61. Fascinating career that man had.
Meat Sauce Mafia.
Meat Sauce Mafia.
Yeah. R.I.P. man. Fascinating career.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Can I tell my little story?
Tell your story.
Can I do my little dance?
Yeah, you can do a little dance.
We all owe him $20 right now. Everybody get a $20 bill.
When I was 19, me and my buddy.
Great story.
I'm 42. When I was 19, me and my buddy Alex went to Comic-Con at MSG, and we got carnied by Virgil almost immediately, where he was like, you want a picture? I said, yes. We got a picture. You want an autograph? Yes. Great. Thanks, man. And he goes, all right, $20. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you wanted a picture. I was like, oh, I thought you were being nice. He's like, 20. I was like, whatever. Right? Gave him $20. For the rest of the show, this dude followed us around to the food court, to the booths, and just kept checking in with us.
Saying what?
Just like, what's going on, guys? We'd be like, what's up, Virgil? He's like, just chilling. Or whatever,
Yeah.
But I didn't realize until I was older that used to be his thing, where he would follow people around who came to his booth.
He would just follow
They would
them
just
around.
follow people around. And I've heard several stories of the same exact interaction, which in hindsight, pretty funny.
Pretty funny.
I still have the autograph picture.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that that's your story.
Yeah.
I love that that's your story with him. Trash Paradise King says, Virgil, I met him in Grand Central Station by the 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Fascinating. Isn't that also how Joey Janela got him into GCW show? By just following him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was a hustler.
Yeah.
Very unique time period. Not the best wrestler, but man, what a great physique. I was so into him when he beat the $1 Million Man for that title. I was so into it.
He fit so perfectly with whatever they gave him. Even with way over the top Hogan when they introduced him as Vincent.
Yeah.
And he's like, we got somebody coming out here. He's a friend. We got somebody coming out here. Oh, he's here. And he gives him like this big slide. He keeps hugging him. And you can see the look on his face where he's just like, yo, Hogan, like, get off me.
Some other news here. Matt Riddle was on with Ariel Helwani. That was a fascinating interview. Did you hear it?
Strange guy.
Strange dude.
Strange fella, man.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
I listened to most of it. I listened to the failed Drews, like they busted me for cocaine, and then I got busted for cocaine, and then I got busted for cocaine, and then they sent me to rehab.
He got busted twice on cocaine, like a week after each other. Yeah. I hope he's doing well.
I hope he's doing well. Also,
he's such a tremendous talent.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he has a new baby.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing great.
Well, I hope New Japan
he has a title in New Japan.
Yeah,
now.
I hope New Japan does well for him because I want to say they have a very stringent drug policy in Japan.
Oh yeah.
So it might be a good thing for him to be there.
Yeah. Billy Jack Haynes officially charged with murdering his wife. Billy, do you know much about him?
I can't say that I do.
I don't know much about him. I know that he had a moment in MJ. You probably have seen way more of him. He was in Mid-South, right?
Mid-South. He was in the territories. And then I remember him mostly from WWF back in like 88, 89. He was like that top jobber, that top, like he would job to Hogan a lot and things like that.
He's more famously known for his insane shoot interview that he did. And this story is bizarre. Apparently, it was a mercy killing because the wife is far older than him.
Yeah.
And it was his best friend from childhood's mother that he ended up marrying. It's some wacky story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Very wacky. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to watch that shoot interview. You watch it, you know there's something dramatically
crazy,
wrong with him.
Wow.
He was part of that lawsuit against WWE that went nowhere. But fascinating fallout for that man. Just if you watch the shoot interviews, you're like, yeah, of course this is what happened.
Yeah.
He was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember what it was. I'm sure he spoke about alien invasions.
Probably.
Which I'm into. That's the most realistic part of it.
Give me that Anunnaki.
Did you see Cat Williams on Rogan?
I heard about it. I heard he went straight up talking about Anunnakis.
You want to hear my Cat Williams?
I would love to.
Oh, here we go.
Don't let my tone of voice belay the fact that I've heard it before.
I'm not ready to debut it.
Did I blow it? Did I put you on the spot? Did I make you nervous?
Nope. I think some people would be a little uncomfortable.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. He's been working on it all week. It's a very
you
tough.
Hear it?
You're very close.
You want to hear it?
Yes,
I'm going to do it. You ready?
Yes,
you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, single. Oh.
See, you could have done it. That was pretty good. That was really good. But add the word aliens after that.
These motherfucking aliens.
That's pretty good.
Isn't that great?
That was good. That was good. That was better than Carol Channing that you called me with the other day. It's funny because, to peel the curtain back a little bit, like we all, and regardless of whatever chats we're in, we all send each other really dumb shit all the time.
All day long.
And call each other with dumb shit all the time. That leaves all of our wives and girlfriends perplexed. And my buddy Chris put it the best way. His wife asked him, why would he do that? I sent him like a bunch of weird shit. And he's like, because what else are we going to do?
Yeah, what else are we going to do? Yeah. 6.75 impression. You know what? Trust the process. I think that's a little bit even more than I would give it. I just started working on it.
But that's out of 5. He's doing the Meltzer scale.
He's crap. He's doing it on Dave's scale. Man, that's really impressive. I got to tell you, what a bizarre voice that comes out of that man.
Well, he's like 3 feet tall.
He is like 3 feet tall. Yeah. He
loves
loves the Anunnaki.
Yeah.
He's very into the Anunnaki.
Very into the Anunnaki. Where are we going?
I want to just keep doing Cat Williams impersonations, but I feel like it's going to become very inappropriate very fast.
You're going to workshop that Cat Williams impression?
I'm going to workshop it.
Is this for the new show?
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. Should we talk about Elimination Chamber, or is it old news?
I think it's old news.
Nothing really happened on that show, right?
Logan Paul had the best, I think, bit because they were showing the behind the scenes where he's telling the ref he's hurt, and he's like, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right. And then he goes like, I tricked you. he's like, no, you didn't. He's like, yeah, I tricked you. And he goes back into the ring and gets effed up by Randy Orton.
That was a great video. That really was.
It was a fine show. Obviously, Drew McIntyre won the chamber match. Becky won the chamber match.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was a story that really wasn't, and obviously a big homecoming for Rhea. Huge moment for her.
That was fun. That was a great match.
She looks like $1 million. It was nice that she saw the her family was there. Big superstar. It's amazing that she's achieved this. NXT note: Shawn Spears has returned to NXT using his real name and doing the chairman gimmick.
Awesome.
You know what? I hope he does something great.
I hope he does something great too. Cody has said Shawn Spears is the best mat technician working right now.
Yeah.
He has said that years ago, and it's very interesting. I believe it too. The guy's really good, but couldn't get it off the ground in AEW, huh?
Too many moving parts, man.
Yeah.
It's hard. It just shows you how difficult the wrestling industry is, and no matter how freaking good you are, sometimes you're never the guy. Well, most of the time you're never the guy or a guy. You're just somebody.
You know what I equate that to? Because he really effed up Cody's brain with that.
When he rattled him with that chair?
Yeah.
I don't think so. You think so?
I think they were like, ooh, maybe not so much with this guy, and it kind of like hurt him. Just like, remember the first time Nakamura wrestled Cena and like dumped him on his head? And then Nakamura was gone for like a while. You didn't really see him in the high profile match after that.
There was a little bit of time for that, yeah.
Can't hurt the top guys. Even if you want.
What if Sean Spears comes into the main event of WrestleMania and hits him with the chair again?
Dude, I've been you know what I'm manifesting? Steve Austin shows up. Steve Austin shows up and he takes out The Rock.
Son of a bitch.
That's a good one. You want to see my little dance?
Do you want to hear my Steve Austin impression?
How does he do it?
His dance?
Yeah.
Do you want to see my little dance?
That's a good one.
I shouldn't do that. Those are beers in my hands.
Oh, no, are you sure about that? Are you sure?
Those are goddamn beers in my hands. They're invisible. Let's talk about SmackDown.
Talk about SmackDown.
Listen, it's very rare that we get to do a show on Saturday. I love doing the Saturday morning
too.
shows. I've been up since like 5 a.m, by the way. So this feels like nighttime for me.
You guys have any thoughts on that Rock promo
from last night? Yeah, it was awesome.
Rock. The Rock, the social media one he did earlier in the day.
That's fantastic. Heel Rock is the best thing for business. SmackDown opened last night with a 40-minute segment that was non-wrestling.
Was it 40 minutes?
It was 38 minutes.
Wow.
Right? No wrestling. Just talking. And it was on a 2-hour show. And I thought it was fantastic. I was entertained. I was sports entertained.
You were sports entertained.
That shows
you know what? That's a great way to put it. Mm-hmm. Same with me.
Sports entertained.
Same way with me.
It shows you how good The Rock has always been on the mic and that Roman and his buddies could hang, right? Love the whole thing, and they really nailed it at the end with Rock acknowledging Roman.
He did, yeah.
And the crowd turning and screaming, "You sold out."
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
And also, I think Roman got the name of the town wrong by accident in the beginning.
What did Roman say?
He said, he was just like, Glendale, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. Glendale, Arizona. I think they were in Glendale.
They were in Glendale.
Yeah, I think they're in Glendale.
And then The Rock came out and said something about Phoenix.
Yes.
Also.
All the meth heads and crackheads and all that stuff. You know, how do you feel about this Rock?
I like it.
Right?
He's so big.
The biggest. Well, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Didn't you feel that he was going to cross the line and start doing like the Punani Poontang strudel shit again?
I mean, he kind of, I felt it too.
He got real close.
He got really close. Yeah, he was really crapping on that audience for a while.
Yeah.
He said Phoenix is 10 miles away, and they're the cocaine capital. The highest use of cocaine is Phoenix, Arizona.
That might be a stat.
I got to tell you, I very much liked it. I very much liked it. It's exactly what he should be doing, and he's that audience that wants to watch that loves it.
Yeah,
and it worked. He came out there, and listen, this is why he is who he is.
Destroyed.
Okay, he makes Roman, which is a giant dude, look tiny.
Everybody.
Yeah, he's so big.
He's getting bigger, dude.
But it was interesting. They kind of showed Roman's annoyance with him.
Fantastic.
Right? Throughout that entire thing, how when The Rock's music hit
until the end.
Till even at the end when he acknowledged him.
Yeah.
It was
that shot.
Why are you groaning? Why are you groaning?
Sorry.
Intermittent grunt.
That shot.
That means he's
where
excited.
Roman's hand was on Rock's hand.
Oh, he stopped the smell.
The shot on there.
Yeah, he stopped the smell. Yeah. I thought it was great. I thought they did a very good job. There were some technical issues because they kept blacking out the feed whenever that Die Rocky Die sign showed up.
Well, you know why? Because he's too electric.
He's too electric. Yeah, he'll die. It'll jolt him.
Was it Die Rocky Die or was it The Rocky The like Sideshow Bob style?
Die Rocky Die.
It was Die Rocky Die, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, you saw The Rocky The meme?
Somebody was posting that in our in one of the group chats that we have.
I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. This does add a little bit because people have been asking me, and I gotta ask, but with them going to Netflix, can they be TV 14? And should they be? Doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters. Also, side note, before I forget, I wanted to mention, are signs back?
Signs are back.
Signs
you
are
saw
back,
how many
right?
signs yesterday?
I love it. Signs are back. That's one thing I always loved about the Attitude Era, where like everybody brought an effing sign and made it miserable for the guy behind them.
Oh, it had to have been. I can't tell you how many times I went to a show and I could barely see anything. Some dope has like a I love Janine sign.
I love you, Janine. I love you.
Call me. I thought it was great. Fantastic segment.
Yeah.
He called out Cody crybabies and told Cody to F his story. Great. Bloodline segment. Oh, I'm sorry. Bloodline segment was 42 minutes.
42 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You want to go down the list of what happened in that segment? We have it in the notes here.
Yeah. So Rock came out and called all of Arizona crackheads or meth addicts. They were in Phoenix. Or Glendale. They counter offered Cody's challenge with the tag match. We kind of called that. As soon as Rock showed up, we were like, oh, it's going to be Cody and Seth versus
I didn't want that,
Rock and Roman.
I don't want
night
it,
one.
still.
And then night two, you get Drew and Seth.
No, but you're also getting
Yeah.
Roman and
Cody. Regardless. Which is kind of funny. It made zero sense, right? We were talking about this before the show. It made zero sense, but who cared?
And the stipulation is, if you beat it, we'll be barred from ringside if you beat us. If you don't beat us, it's bloodline rules. So
Right.
it's anything goes.
I think this would be the perfect way to introduce Tama Tonga into the situation.
First of all, he looks great.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
They did say he's part of the family.
Yep.
You
Rock's
know?
cousin.
What a transformation the last couple of years he's had. In 2016, he had an opportunity. They wanted him to go there. And holding out might have been the best thing for him.
Yeah, I think he wanted to get TV big.
Yeah.
Like WWE TV big. One of my favorite parts of this promo was The Rock saying that he's the boss and he's the chairman and he owns everything. He's like, he's everybody's boss.
I own everything. I'm everybody's boss.
I love it. I love the fact that he looks like a crooked nightclub owner. I like the fact heel Rock looks like he's driving through South Beach with a Lambo.
Love it.
Love it. 2 Lambos. He's got 1 foot in each Lambo and he's just driving around.
Now one.
2 Lambos. But how do you feel? How do you feel about it? 'Cause we go from like, you could poo-poo The Rock all you want, and then he opens his mouth and you're like, he's awesome.
It's great stuff.
Yeah.
I could watch it and be entertained and see it as something that it's very different than wrestling. It's this version of wrestling, and that's how I watch it. I also freaking loved Bryan Danielson on Collision.
Oh, yeah.
On Dynamite. I love what they did with Sting coming down the Raptors, which we'll talk about. They counter-offered Cody's challenge with the tag match, like you said.
Yeah.
Before The Rock could end the segment, Roman asked him to acknowledge him, and The Rock did.
Perfect.
Tiffany Stratton defeated Naomi, 8 minutes. Bayley and Dakota Kai fought Asuka and Kairi Sane to a no contest. Dakota jumped off the apron when Bayley attempted to make the tag. All of Damage Control attacked her afterwards. Bayley's on her own at WrestleMania. Great story. Later in the back, Jade showed up and had a quick face-off with Io Sky.
WrestleMania match of Bruin? What do you think?
Well, no, Io is Bayley, no? No,
I think they're teasing stuff.
They're teasing. Oh, maybe you know what? Maybe she comes to the defense and has Io there.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was going to be Dakota facing off against Io, but I guess they swapped this. So maybe Jade is now involved with Io. Interesting that they're injecting her in that.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker defeated, by defeated we mean killed, Zion Quinn in 7 seconds.
Jeez.
Carlito defeated Santos Escobar in a street fight, 11 minutes. Rey Mysterio with a Muda mask?
It looked like it was like a Muda tribute mask, where it was like the same mold.
I didn't see it.
That Muda.
Yeah, it had those puffy cheeks, like, right?
Yeah, he did.
It was like attached. It was like very tight to his head. It looked like a Muda tribute mask. I might be wrong, but that's what I saw. As soon as he came out, I thought that was cool because this was like the returning Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And the main event, Randy Orton defeated Austin Theory. Randy Orton is billed at 275 right now.
Is he really?
Yeah. And he loves it.
Oh yeah, this is like a Muto mask.
It is a Muto mask, right?
I think so. I didn't notice that at all yesterday.
It's supposed. Let's go back to quick. It's supposed to be Bailey.
What is
Io versus Bailey because Bailey won the Rumble.
Yes, that's
think,
official. That is happening.
Do you think Jade's gonna be Bailey's heater?
I don't know.
I'd be cool with that.
I thought they were gonna probably do like a couple like singles before the show with everybody, you know, and then get there. This is I'm curious about that. What that meant with Jade and Io. They're teasing something here.
Yeah, for sure.
Randy Orton's gigantic. Austin Theory looks huge too. 9 minutes. All right. It was what it was. AEW Dynamite. This is the go-home show to this huge pay-per-view that they have tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hangman Page came out to address his injury. Mm-hmm. Now, last week, Hangman hurt his ankle.
Yep.
That was the story. But it came out that he's not injured and that this was an attempt to possibly write him off of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is something going on.
Yeah.
There was a family thing. Right now, I guess things are okay.
Yeah.
But they swerved the crowd, for lack of a better term.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. He told the crowd that he was injured. He was not going to be in the match. Swerve came out. Samoa Joe came out. Swerve was telling Page how, you know, he brought out the best in him. Page revealed that he's perfectly fine and he attacked Swerve with his crutches. The three-way is still on.
Samoa Joe looked like an angry dad at a Sweet 16.
He looks like an angry dad. Yeah.
Frustrated, stupid daughter.
He has to wear a stupid
and
suit.
then he started laughing when they started fighting. He was just sitting there chuckling.
This is one of those things where like you saw it coming like a mile away.
Yeah. Oh, the turn? I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
You thought like legit hurt leg. He's not going to be.
Yeah. Well, no, not the hurt leg. I just thought that they were writing him off. And I'm glad that it's worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
Up next, he had BCC beating Eddie Kingston and FTR. That's a solid match.
Yeah.
Solid match. Danielson works heel so great.
He's so good.
Yeah. I thought of something this morning.
Yeah.
And I want to posit this to you. If the wrestling stars align in a weird way, do you think Mox could overtake Flair's 16 titles?
It's possible in AEW if he stays there and he keeps getting the belt, but I think he needs a little bit of a head start.
Right, with the New Japan stuff and the AEW stuff.
Oh,
right?
if you add everything, how many world titles does he have? That's a great question. I don't know how many world titles he has.
Or like a Kenny Omega, because like he had.
Or how about Edge?
Or Edge, yeah.
Edge has 13.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Edge is 13. Say he wins the AEW titles, wins something. It's very interesting. I feel like there's a lot of guys.
Orton
out there.
has like 14 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
15. Cena's at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter is like at 12 or 13.
I always felt 6 was a solid number.
It was 5. Remember, 5 was the number, and nobody went above 5.
Yeah, I think Rock was 6.
Hogan was 5.
Was he?
I
thought he was 6.
Well, he may be 6 with the last world title in WWF. I'm saying like WWE, WWF.
Okay,
I think he was 5. Austin was 5 or 6. Bret Hart was 5.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the golden number.
Yeah,
and then it just like exploded to like 7 time, 8 time, 15 time, 13 time.
Yeah.
Well, for the longest time, the amount of times you held the title wasn't as relevant as the amount of days you had the title. When going back to Bruno Sammartino, now we're back to that again with Rhodes.
Hunter and Orton are 14.
Okay,
Cena's at 16. That's wild. I mean, you know what though? Those guys, I can see why they're at 14, 16.
Oh yeah, but also like in my head, I always felt the Flair way was because he had different titles from different organizations.
Yes.
Flair. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was really 2, right? You would count 3, maybe 3. NWA, WCW, and WWE.
Right. That's your trifecta.
Right? Those are the ones that you can. But he's really like 21.
Right.
Because you have those phantom title losses and wins.
Right. And the unrecognized titles. Yeah. From like different promotions or whatever.
Didn't he drop it in Puerto Rico a couple different times?
I know he dropped it in Japan. There was the drop in Japan that they didn't count. Fascinating.
Yeah, it's very interesting when you think about that because they're like guys are still young enough to do that.
How many times does Sting have the title?
MG, you would know that.
When he showed up in WWE, they counted his TNA title runs as like his world title.
Yeah.
JBL was on commentary, and I was surprised. He said he's an X amount of
NWA
world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Fascinating. All right.
Back to Dynamite. Will Ospreay is officially All Elite. Good stuff.
He lost his luggage. Did you hear? That's why he wore that green tracksuit.
Yeah. Orange Cassidy defeated Nick Wayne to retain the international title. Sky Blue
and Chris versus Chris
Statlander and Stokely Hathaway, and you had Chris Jericho defeating Atlantis Jr. Sting making his final Dynamite appearance.
Okay, I want to talk about the Chris Jericho match.
Okay.
It was terrible.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I don't think it was Chris's fault. It just did not work.
Yeah.
Atlantis Jr., listen, it is a hard thing to swap your style, and Chris gave him everything he could.
Yeah.
It just, the style, there was a mismatch.
Atlantis Jr. is a very classic luchador.
Mm-hmm.
Very classic.
Yeah.
He looks like a classic luchador. No defined abs. That's how you know.
No, like a this.
Yeah, just like...
You know what? If I put on the lucha mask, I have a good lucha body.
Yeah?
Big top.
I think
I got a nice chest.
You have good pectorals.
I can blow
maybe like a line.
I got a line. No, I have abs. I do have abs.
I want to see your abs.
But I have old man abs.
Show me your abs.
Not today.
Show me your abs.
I had too much tum yum yesterday.
Oh, my tum yum.
My tum yum.
Oh, my tum tum.
Dude,
this is going to be the recurring bit on the show, by the way, if you're watching on video.
We ordered Thai last night.
From where? BKNY?
No, Thai 101.
Where's that?
On Bell?
Yeah.
Full in all, the best.
Yeah, really good.
Dude, the tum yum, so good.
I've never heard of tum yum.
It's a soup.
Yeah?
It's like a spicy, sweet and sour soup.
I don't know, man.
Hey, have you been following that guy in Douglaston?
Which guy?
The squatter.
Oh yeah, dude.
I got great insight. This is a national story. I don't know, but Bob does.
No.
Bob knows the squatter, the man that lived in the house prior, the attorney. They all hang out at El Toscano.
No.
All of them. That's their spot. They're all like, they all get loaded at El Toscano. But I got the dirt on this whole situation.
The squatter's got a job, right?
Squatter does not have a job.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But the squatter was the caretaker to the previous homeowner.
Okay. Interesting.
But there's something there.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Fascinating.
And apparently now the squatter has a sick infant, which I did not know about. But he's claiming that he has something from the owner, and the attorney, this guy Sullivan.
This is so dramatic.
He came out. It's very dramatic. And I think the guy's office, that attorney, is by JD's.
No.
Yeah. Oh. This is so local, this national story. It's unbelievable.
That's where COVID got its start in New York.
In JD's. Yeah. Rob Saunders started the whole thing.
The dirtiest saloon.
I love that place. I love that. That's a dirty bar.
It's the dirtiest bar. It's the dirtiest bar, like between... It's like a weird, like, not a destination spot, but it's like, it bridges the gap between, like, dirty bars. It's like...
But you know what? It's a lot cleaner. Have you been there?
No, I haven't been.
It's been a lot cleaner.
I haven't been there in a very long time.
Rob turned it around.
Yeah?
You're not going to get stabbed in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw a man get thrown through the glass in there.
Yeah?
True story.
Were you filming a Western?
They were filming a Western.
Bob Hazelwood, $5. Show your abs. Show your abs.
You know what? I will.
Brother.
I will. Not today.
Yeah?
Not today.
When?
When I'm not bloated and I starve myself for a couple days.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
On the first episode of the new show we do.
Yeah.
Ab men. Why don't you just rub TRT all over your abs? Doesn't that make it happen?
That's how Joe Rogan gets his powers.
Sting makes his final AEW Dynamite appearance.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks come down to confront Sting. Several fans with Sting masks on. One of them was Darby, who attacked the Bucks.
Ric Flair comes out.
Very slowly.
And he does his thing.
Right.
He came out, teased that he was going to hit Darby with the bat. He instead pokes one of the Jackson boys in the eye and then does the slowest punches on the other one.
Yeah.
And he gets low blowed. And here comes Sting from the skies, from the heavens.
Fantastic.
Propels down.
Wow.
He comes for the save. This was very cool.
Wasn't there a little story where Tony Khan asked Owen Hart's wife permission?
Yes, Martha Hart.
Martha Hart, to see, like, is it okay?
Are you okay with this?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know what? I understand that. Very respectful.
Mhm.
They have this work relationship with her. It obviously is is reminiscent of what had happened. Sting was doing it forever, but we haven't really seen that done too often, and they did it. So it worked out.
Guys, this is one of the magical things about pro wrestling. Sting is what, like 62, 63?
Yeah.
He did not have to do that.
No.
At all.
But he wants to.
Did not have to do that. He did that for the crowd.
Yeah.
And the crowd went nuts. I went nuts at home.
Yeah,
MG,
I
can't imagine how you felt. Did you start crying? Did you start pooping?
I first of all, I was happy the way they did it. They did it so they showed it from behind the Bucks.
Mhm.
So you didn't see them taking the harness off of him. Because remember that famous shot the first time he did it? They had to get the harness off and it took them forever. And there was this uncomfortable moment back in WCW. So the way they did it, I thought was cool. And I was like, all the feels came right back. It was great.
64 years old.
64 years old.
How old's your dad?
70.
Imagine if your dad at 64.
I know. He's climbed trees. at
Rappelled
64,
down.
Yeah. No, I can see Fred doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
Bad
no-
example.
Fred is the worst example. He's one of the most reckless people I've ever met in my life. He has no fear.
No sense of danger.
No sense of danger. I mean, if you told me that Fred is on the tree, I would be like, oh yeah, it's Saturday.
Fair enough. And what about, would you picture MG doing that?
I would be very concerned.
Sorry, MG.
I'd do it. I would do it. Absolutely.
64 years
lunatic,
old, man. This guy did not have to slide down like that. Crazy.
Yeah.
You think he's going to come in on a zip line? Shawn Mikey style, bro.
Man.
The boyhood dream.
That'd be great if they announced it the same way.
Like that?
Can't do it anymore.
Can't do it. Can't do it anymore. We can't do it.
Can't do it.
Another great bit gone.
Can't do it. R.I.P. Rampage tonight. Yesterday.
Yeah. Tonight.
yeah,
Last night.
Wait a minute. Yeah, Rampage. We could skip that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Collision tonight.
Yeah.
Penta versus Brian Keys versus Dante Martin, an all-star 8-man scramble qualifier.
I know something very cool.
Is that the thing you told me? That's awesome. That's really cool. Guys, watch Collision tonight.
No, I don't know if it's no. It's not.
No, I'm just saying, watch Collision.
Yeah, watch Collision. Yeah.
We hear from Timeless Tony Storm and Deanna Purrazzo ahead of the AEW. Diane Pizzazo. Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, Hook, and Dana Garcia versus Christian Cage, Killswitch, Roderick Strong, and Brian Cage. You want to do the predictions for Revolution tomorrow?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Here's the prediction, and then we're going right into Q&A, boys and girls.
Yeah. So 0 hour. Julia Hart and Sky Blue versus.
We've only been doing a show for 37 minutes.
Mhm. We're on time today.
How are we so far into the show in 37 minutes?
We're talking real fast. A lot of caffeine. We're on. Everybody's listening to us on 2x fast forward.
I think that's what it is.
Let's see. Okay.
Stang's last match pay-per-view. 16,000 people right now sold, committed to be in that building. Let's see how much more they will do. There's only a couple tickets available still. Let me see. I actually have the numbers
This
here.
is Greenboro, North Carolina.
Greenboro?
Is it Greenboro?
Greensboro. Greensboro.
I admit, I don't know anything about this.
Here we go. AEW at the
Nothing about the South.
Greensboro Coliseum. The historical building. There's 71 tickets available. I'm sure they will be gone. They've been 16,059 right now for the show. There's about 1,200 resells. The last time they were here was a Collision in August.
Mm-hmm.
It was 5,400.
Wow. Talk about a leap in numbers,
Talk
huh?
about a leap in numbers, right? So this is probably their second biggest show in North America.
Okay.
In the States, right? Yeah, this beat Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest was obviously Arthur Ashe Stadium, but this is their biggest arena show that they've ever had.
Very cool.
16,000 people in the building. This is going to be a jam-packed show. This is going to look great. This is going to be huge for them. The last time they had tremendous momentum before the pandemic was AEW Revolution, where Chris Jericho came out to that amazing entrance.
Yeah.
And then everything shut down.
Wild, right?
Wild.
Yeah. That
Wild.
was like an immediate shutdown, too.
Yeah. So, big show here. Let's go down the card, Rich, and let's do predictions.
All right, guys. While we do the card, we're gonna do our Q&A right after this. So feel free to super chat us. We'll address your super chat firstly and first mostly. AEW Revolution 0 Hour. Julia Hart and Sky Blue versus Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. I'm going Julia Hart and Sky Blue.
Okay. I'm going Julia Hart and Sky Blue.
Will Ospreay and Konosuke Takeshita. I'm saying interference, maybe a return. The match never ends.
You think that it never starts or it just becomes a thing?
I think it becomes a thing. I think it never ends. I think it just double DQ, something happens.
I'm looking forward to this match. I hope they put on like a great match because this is Will's first official match in being AEW, whatever. This guy is the future of the company.
Yes.
They have great plans for him. Every conversation that I've had with anybody in that company, it is very evident who their future is.
Oh, 100%.
Will Ospreay, Takeshita's obviously in that mix. Swerve Strickland, Hangman Page, Daniel Garcia. These are guys, Orange Cassidy, these are guys that they put great emphasis on in that next generation of talent. I would say right now, if you're talking about the top tier, Will Ospreay and Swerve.
Yeah.
There's a lot of focus on those two for
Absolutely.
the future.
Absolutely. Great workers, young, no real history of injuries either.
Yeah.
You know, I think
Will had that
key.
scare a year and a half ago when he changed his style.
Yep. I think that's the thing to watch out for. You know, Tony didn't buy damaged goods with these guys.
No. And obviously Okada.
Oh, boy. Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita, I still think it's going to go 10 minutes.
Nothing.
10 minutes is going to be a clinic, and then all of a sudden something happens.
Okay.
Moxley and Claudio versus Dax and Cash.
In the rematch from 2 weeks ago.
In the rematch, I think this is going to be a banger. I'm going FTR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had that match was fine on Collision the other week.
Yeah.
Just the ending was wacky because they ran out of time and they tried to tell a story that didn't really translate as well. But I think these guys are going to do everything that they can.
Yeah, they're going to, might be match of the night. A lot of these matches might be match of the night.
Look how many we have. You just named 2 matches and both of those matches can be match of the night.
All-Star Scramble match for future AEW World title shot. Jericho, Wardlow, Hobbs, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, Magnus.
But not that Magnus.
Not that Magnus.
It's not Nick Aldis.
And Turnbuckle Dan.
I don't like that man's name is Magnus because I keep seeing Magnus here. Magnus qualified for this by beating Matt Sydal on Rampage last night. So it's not the same Magnus.
I wish this was for the meat belt.
The meat belt is not happening because some of the meat boys are not there.
Yeah.
I'm very confused by this because they announced that meat match, right? And obviously when you think that, you're thinking Keith Lee, you're thinking Miro, you're thinking Wardlow, you're thinking Hobbs, Lance Archer, Brian Cage.
Kill Switch.
Sure, Kill Switch could be in that.
They got a bunch of big boys.
A bunch of big boys. And then you could put some of the bigger, like the other big boys, like
Nick
the Butcher.
Yeah.
Right? Nick Camarado, the Butcher, or the Boulder Boys.
Yeah.
Bear Bronson. He's not Bear
heard,
anymore, right? What is he? He's a Boulder?
Yeah, Boulder something. I don't.
I called his match.
What I heard was
ago.
Miro and Keith Lee were the ones that were injured, and so he pulled it because he wanted them in this match.
Sure, got it. Fine.
That meat belt's got to happen.
But I wanted to see the meat match. That's an attraction. That was a nice attraction here. All-Star Scramble. All right, fine. It is what it is. Who do you think takes this?
Future title shot?
Yeah.
Honestly, Jericho or Wardlow.
I'm gonna go Lance Archer. No, Hobbs. I'm going Hobbs.
Hobbs is a good guess. I like Hobbs too.
That's fair.
I'm going Hobbs.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hobbs versus Joe would be amazing.
Cool.
AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy defends against Roderick Strong. It's going to be a good match.
It could be a match of the night also.
I think
great workers.
OC retains.
I think Roddy gets it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no insight on this. I'm just playing. I'm having fun.
AEW Continental Crown Champion Eddie Kingston defends against Bryan Danielson. Another banger.
Another match of the night contender. Here's where I have a problem. Okay. I told the story of Eddie Kingston to Jess, like how his coming to this point moment.
Yeah.
And she loved it. She's like, that's amazing to hear that story. Like, local New York guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a New York guy.
Yeah.
He never was a national product.
Mm-hmm.
He never was a WWE guy. And it just so happened that things fell in place for him.
Absolutely.
Sometimes that's just how it happens. And you're able to see this amazing. I love everything about him. I know that he's not everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
But that's the great thing about him. He's not meant to be. I generally appreciate the character, the gimmick, everything he does. He's fantastic. However, put a fucking belt on Danielson. And I'll tell you why. Recognizable name.
Yeah.
You're in a period for growth, right? You are negotiating actively your TV, which I can tell you they are.
Yeah.
Actively in conversations. I don't see them going anywhere else. However, I do think that there's a couple things that they're working out.
Okay.
Get that title on Danielson.
I think Eddie retains. I understand what you're saying.
I totally listen.
You know?
I feel that Eddie will also, but if I was the person, I would want to start putting the emphasis on Danielson. We're approaching the second half of the year here.
Yeah.
And it is his retirement, right?
Yeah.
To me, everything is pointing. It has to be him and Nigel at that show.
Oh, I would love that.
Right? I hope it is.
Wembley?
At Wembley, I really hope it is. And it's a great way for both of them to end their careers. Nigel never got the send-off he should have gotten.
Absolutely.
And they were tremendous rivals in the early days of Ring of Honor. Bryan Danielson is getting whatever this is. He's not retiring, but he's done with like active wrestling. He'll still going to wrestle.
What I would like out of this match
is
I'm going to support what you said, but in a different way. I want Eddie Kingston to beat Bryan Danielson because of the last few times they encountered, Danielson was berating him about being soft and not a real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that shit. Kingston beats Danielson. Danielson goes bananas and starts challenging for different belts.
And then he starts getting it?
And that's because I feel like that makes more sense because I think Eddie needs to hold this belt at least for a year. That tournament was built around Eddie Kingston.
It was, yeah.
Like living his King's Road dream, you know?
Yeah.
So it's too soon to take it away from him. TNT champion Christian Cage defends against Daniel Garcia. I think Christian Cage retains.
Christian retains, and this is still continuing the Edge story.
We get the Edge interference,
and
right?
you didn't need, I understand. They didn't need much on the show because it is the Sting show, but they still put on. I mean, this is a fantastic card. I get why Edge is not in it, but his stock has gone down in that company. He's an afterthought for most people. Adam Copeland. He shouldn't be.
No, not at all.
He shouldn't be, but it really is how he's been written. I think this storyline is fantastic, but it's very fragmented to extend this. So I'm guessing this is either it's that April show or it's Double or Nothing.
What do you think?
I mean, you do it you could do it at either or. You could do it at the end of April.
I would think Double or Nothing.
End of May. Yeah, okay, fine.
You
continue for another 2 months?
Yeah. Okay. Why not? I think it works.
Okay.
How long is Christian's contract?
I think he has time. He's having a blast.
Okay.
I don't think he's looking to go anywhere.
Okay. It's very interesting where a lot of these veterans are set up.
Yeah.
AEW Women's Champion Tony. So wait, do you think Christian or Garcia wins? Christian? Okay. AEW Women's Champion Tony Storm defends against Deonna Purrazzo. I think Tony Storm retains.
Tony retains.
Maybe
she has to retain.
Yeah.
Maybe
set up Mercedes stuff.
Maybe a Jamie Hayter return. She's been gone for a while.
Christian signed a new deal.
Okay. So Tony retains.
Tony retains, yeah, because this is setting up Mercedes, and who Mercedes is going to be working with. And I think it's going to be everybody a little of. I think everybody's going to be coming after her. They're going to want to test themselves with her.
AEW World Champions. What?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just
Yes,
wanted to
you
mention
did.
this.
Yeah, you did.
Of course. So, on Rampage last night, they did a deal with Saraya and Ruby, where Ruby and what's his face was out on a date, and they did this mob hit style jump where Zach Knight jumped what's his face from behind.
Oh, Zach Knight.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Right.
It was the only thing on Rampage that I thought was interesting.
So Saraya contracted her brother.
That's funny.
to
Yes.
stop the
It was
date
like a
with
mob
Ruby. That's great. Okay, you know what?
That's
Okay,
kinda funny, yeah.
All right, that's funny.
Okay. AEW. Can I talk now, Mr. Gonzo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go?
Do you know what he's been
Please.
doing? He's been petting his mane like this the
Terrifying.
whole show.
One day we're going to release those terrifying photos you send us every morning or once a week at least. You look like, and clearly, you know what? My gripe is that clearly nobody in the chat room is a Twin Peaks. Nobody in the chat room. Nobody in our group chat is a Twin Peaks fan because I keep sending pictures of Bob from
There
Twin
you go.
Peaks every time you send us one of those ring photos of your hair in front of your face like a lunatic with the
I sent one
caption.
yesterday, didn't
With the
I?
caption, just another day at the office.
Yeah, Cadillac Carson says, Saraya said that she was going to set up Ruby with Zach, but Ruby messed up everything.
Okay.
All right.
AEW World Champion Samoa Joe defends against Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page in a triple threat. I'm saying Joe retains.
I'm saying Joe retains.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Joe
Because,
retains. Double muscle.
yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe retains. Double muscle buster is what I'm calling.
You know who else looks like a fed up dad at their daughter's Sweet 16?
Who's that?
Taz.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When am I getting out of here?
I can't believe I paid for the extended hours at Russo's on the Bay.
I'm going to be tired tomorrow.
we got a champagne toast. We got a candy bar. What time is it?
Last week,
Is the shuttle picking us up?
I made you do your one syllable Stallone impression.
Yeah.
Can you do a one syllable Taz impression?
Oh God, that's good. Oof.
Mine would have been oomph, oomph, oomph. What was your Stallone again? So good. It's so good. I rewatched Rocky for the first time, and I've seen the movie a million times, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever notice that Rocky's coat hangers in his apartment are all combat knives?
No.
I've never noticed it until I watched it the other day. So, like, there's a machete sticking into the wall. There's combat knives sticking into the wall. He hangs his hat on one. He hangs his coat on one.
Do you think it was like a Rambo reference?
I think Rambo came out after Rocky.
Did it?
Yeah.
The first Rambo came out after Rocky?
First Blood, I believe.
What was it called?
First Blood.
Rocky
First
was
Blood.
like, you're talking about Rocky 1?
Yeah, Rocky 1
was like 77 or something.
Yeah.
When did the first Rambo come out?
Yeah.
81.
It was 81. Okay.
Yeah.
My father loves Stallone. Loves Rambo.
Listen.
Okay, that dopey show that they put out, the new one,
Tulsa King?
Tulsa King. Okay. Idiot Coco was talking about how great it was, and I watched the first episode. Okay, did you watch any of it?
No.
Couldn't
Okay.
get
I
into it.
couldn't get
I
into
thought the
it.
first episode was good.
Yeah.
The pilot was great, and then I started watching it, and I'm like, oh, you know what this whole show is?
Mhm.
It doesn't work for me, brother.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So the entire, you could tell, because obviously he's like the director of it also.
He's a
right?
mob boss, right?
He went away. He brings
Okay.
up scores. He gets out. He goes, "Hey, we go to scores now."
Mhm.
And they're like, "Oh no, they're closed. They're not open in the afternoons anymore." Like, what is it now? Sapphires?
Oh, boy.
All right. So
Fascinating.
he ends up getting shunned away to like Tulsa.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the story?
I don't know. And like I
He
know
comes
he
back
ends up
and
getting
they don't
like,
want him around because obviously he's a pain in the ass. They don't want him around, so they send him off to like to die in the desert.
Was he an animal? Was he part of Animal?
And he essentially he runs a racket where like he gets this like pot shop to start giving him money, and he becomes a partner by force.
Is this a comedy or a drama?
It's a drama.
Okay.
But he's so overpowered. Okay? Where
Is this his make good for Oscar?
oh,
Where he plays like the mob boss? The
No.
wacky mob boss?
no, Meg, you know what? It could be because
Okay.
he's so. His whole thing is like, I don't understand these doohickeys. I've been away for 20 years. I'm like, they had TVs before you went away.
He's like unfrozen caveman lawyer.
Unfrozen caveman lawyer. Yeah. He's like, I don't understand. And he's like, so wait a minute, I can't buy a car all cash?
So he's Rocky basically.
He's every Stallone thing, right? And and it's like, hey, come here, broad. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
Baby, come, let me take care of you. You know, he's like, he does a lot of
Okay.
that.
Big knot of hundreds.
He's so overpowered, and every line, you could tell that they had a different line for him. He's like, no, I think if I said it this way, it looks better for me. He's so over the top machismo. My father could have written this. Like, this is right up my father's alley. And I'm telling, like, I watched like 3 episodes, and I thought it would get better.
If your dad wrote Rocky, would he cut out the whole part where he calls out for Adrian at the end of the movie?
Yeah, I don't. Listen, why is that bitch ruined him? Listen, that bitch made him weak. Telling you, that's what my father would say. I don't want to see women in Rocky. No interest in women. 0. Love scene doesn't want to take that shit out.
I'm laughing because it's true.
Because it's so good.
It's very good. It's very true.
I love my dad. He's the best.
He's
Fred
great.
Is
Fred's
the best.
awesome.
The best in every way. He is the best cartoon.
Fred is the best. Every time when my friend Alana used to come by, he'd go, "Where have you been all my life?" Fantastic. It's so good.
He's flipped me off too. He's
oh yeah, that's right. We didn't even tell him to do that.
Yeah, he just did it. Listen, listen, MG, what the fuck kind of name is that? My father has a weird accent. It's not like it's just foreign.
Yeah,
it's not. It's in this on the script. It's not like Armenian or it's not even Persian.
Yeah.
He had a German teacher.
Yeah,
so he speaks a little bit with a German accent. And when he came to the country, his best friends were Guyanese.
Oh yeah.
So he has a little bit of that. It's the best thing in the world.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
All right, let's pick up where we left off. Sting's retirement match.
Yeah.
AEW Tag Team Champions Sting and Darby Allin defend against the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, in a tornado match. Does Sting go out in a classic way where he loses?
You know, I'm open to everything with this. Wacky Flair ending. I'm open to it. I know people don't want to see it. Him at the end holding that title and he doesn't lose. You know what? I'm into that too.
That's what I want.
However, you know, I understand. I would have loved to see him challenge for the title.
Same here.
And I understand why they didn't do it. I do. Obviously, he hasn't really done singles in AEW. But I think that would have been that was a missed opportunity. But I understand. I get it. There's reasons for it, right? But what do we get at the end? What is that ending? Lilyhammer was Silvio's dream in his coma. Yes, it was.
I didn't mean to distract you with
that,
but I felt like I had to.
No, you had to write that, and that's 100% accurate.
Continue with
Sting. Poor
Sting.
man with his panic attacks when he became acting boss.
Oh my god.
The fucking inhaler.
He's
losing it.
Sting.
He could win, he could lose. Do you bring everybody out? Do you have people from Sting's past?
Who's available that is not under a Legends deal with WWE?
I don't know. I mean,
Luger probably can't.
Luger's with WWE.
Okay.
Magnum,
Magnum's
right?
Supposed to be there.
Magnum is supposed to be there. Okay. DDP you bring.
Tully,
obviously, whoever's available. I mean, do you bring Goldberg? I really think he needs that send-off.
Arn?
Did you hear that Kevin Nash did not get the okay to go?
Really?
Yeah.
He's wrapped up in like a WWE legend, right?
Yeah, they did not allow him to go.
Wow. That's crazy.
I think this is a tremendous moment for him. Now, listen, I grew up Northeastern fan. You did also.
Absolutely.
My first memory of Sting is probably closer to 1990, 1991 as a kid.
Sure. Surfer Sting.
Surfer Sting. But I was still so impressed by it. I knew he was the guy by just looking at him.
Yeah.
Right?
Crowd reaction. People.
He admitted that it wasn't true. Okay. Somebody sent me a video and said, listen to this.
Ooh,
so maybe they said they were totally wrong.
It was bullshit. Now it's not that he can't go. It's like out of respect for his contract.
Got it. Okay, so that makes more sense.
Yeah,
right. Sure.
It's more of, hey, I have.
Let me redact
deal.
that. Then.
I shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Listen, I think this is a tremendous moment. It's a tremendous send-off with a full building for him. It says a lot about his star power and the respect that this guy has had in his career. But how did they end this?
Goldberg spears the Bucks.
Oh, man.
Sting gets the win.
Who was Sting's greatest rival? Flair?
Flair.
Is it?
Flair.
Who's number 2?
Luger?
Hogan?
Hogan?
I don't know. Was it?
Like 90s Hogan? Like WCW Hogan?
Greatest rival?
Because I always think Flair and Sting.
Flair and Sting always.
Yeah.
You know who, actually, I think? A lot of Rick Rude.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I forgot about that,
I watched a incredible match. Vader for sure. I think Vader big time because that was my major. That's 93, right? 92,
Muda
93.
could show up.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I remember the Muda feud big time.
Yeah.
You know, and that
the
was
Muda
probably a little
stuff,
before
sure.
your guys. Yeah.
Vampiro
was a weird feud that happened.
He could show up
somewhere.
Jeff Jarrett's probably going to show up.
Jeff Jarrett will show up.
Maybe Mick Foley.
Maybe Mick Foley.
Cactus Jack, man.
Listen, man. Mick Foley wants to have one last death match. Did you hear about this? And I think it should be in GCW.
Oh yeah.
I never thought I would say that.
Yeah. Well, what was he? What was the quote? He said for his 60th birthday he wants to lose 100 pounds and then do one final death match.
Great. I think that's a great thing for Mick.
Absolutely.
You know, he's an anomaly for wrestling.
You know what you should do it against?
Absolutely.
You should do it against his son-in-law. You should do it against Frank the Clown and GCW.
Are they married? Are they even together?
dude.
I don't even think they're together.
They're
Are
still
they?
together.
Listen,
Yeah.
there's only one guy that Mick Foley should have a death match with.
Who is it?
John Moxley.
Dude, that match is supposed to
Finish that
finish
story. That's the story I want to see finished. Finish that story. We've been talking about this on the show since its inception.
Yeah. You really wanted to talk about have that happen when we first started doing the show, right?
Oh,
that
forget
was
it.
it.
Yeah.
That was one of the first topics we ever spoke about.
It was the best. It was the best because it was shot on like a cell phone.
Yeah.
And people lost their shit, you know?
They lost it to the point that they believed it. They thought that he disrespected Mick. Fascinating stuff.
So how do you think it ends?
I would like to see a happy moment. Have Sting come out there holding that belt, and then have something happen at the end.
I think I would. This is my wrestling fantasy.
Yeah,
I would love it if you get a moment where the ref is knocked out, right? Bucks are about to do something heinous. You get a Goldberg spear. You get a Jarrett chair shot. Guitar shot.
They all show up.
Everybody does whatever their finisher is.
You
Flair shows
Such
up.
an easy out.
Muda
It's so
does the
good.
mist.
Yeah.
Magnum T8 throws a couple of punches. You know,
Whatever.
like whatever it is, and then either Sting gets the pin or he takes the pin.
I don't know. I think, listen, in reality, the heat that the Bucks would have if they won the titles like this.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest. Did something just pop up on the screen? There was. I don't know what this was.
Was it a wiener like Fight Club?
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Bucks fan for no reason. I don't have like Bucks hate. It just I feel like their stock went down in that company.
Okay.
I got what they did, and then they went away for a little bit, and they've gone down. But this new version of them, I'm kind of into.
That's what they needed.
They needed this. And what great heat that they ended. They ended Sting's reign and his career ended the way that it did. You got that tag division has been kind of slumped for a little bit.
Yeah.
So they could do something. All right, let's see.
Jeff Hardy shows up all effed up.
Oh.
That poor guy, he broke his nose.
I know, that sucks. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the ending, but it might not be what we want. Not what we want. But
it could be something totally different.
Sometimes the fantasy is better than the reality. I want
a lot
to see
of times it is.
Everybody hit their finishers on the Bucks, and then somehow the Bucks win, and then they get booed out of the building.
Yeah, whatever it is, I hope it pays off.
Well, Bucks
I'm
win.
gonna cry. That's all I know.
Bucks win. Tony presents Sting with some kind of Legends belt.
Great.
Great,
cool.
they had that in TNA, right?
The Legends belt?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was actually a defended title.
It was a defended title, right? Okay.
They give him some honorary thing. Listen, I think this is going to be a great show.
It's going to be a good send-off, I think.
Yeah. All right, Q&A time, boys and girls. Get your questions ready and submit them in the chat room. If you super chat us, it'll get prioritized. If not, then we might not get to it.
That's a good word. prioritized.
All right. We're ready?
Glassdoor Gamer.
Yep.
Thanks, bud. Seems like TK is... Where did that go?
Seems like TK is confident about a new WBD deal. Has he signed a deal? Are they close? I know that there has been new developments to it.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I don't want to say more, but I know that there's more new I've always been very confident that this deal was getting done. I was originally told the deal would most likely be done Q1, early Q2, right? That's what I was told. Obviously, things delayed it here. WWE had no impact on WBD and the relationship with AEW. That whole thing was blown tremendously out of proportion. I said that from day one after it was reported. I think the delay here has been... I would say there's... I think the streaming stuff, okay, that was very much agreed upon. Like what they want to do, okay? However, the TV is still happening. Listen, this is negotiation. NBA rights is a major thing.
Huge.
Merger talks, Paramount's involved. There's that sports streaming service that they're working on. Other variables came into play here. But I'm going to tell you something. When these kind of deals are happening, and we saw with WWE, everybody signs NDAs. Nobody speaks. And that NDA comment has nothing to do with Vince McMahon.
Right.
Okay? It was not a jab. Nobody is going to sacrifice killing a deal on both sides. Okay? Now that the talks are very at a stage, you're not going to get a lot. The stuff that I got was very factual and high level. But when you're this deep, and from what I was told, I told you, it's outside. It's nothing that's going to trickle. There's no friend I could ask at this point to tell me anything.
Exactly.
Right? Especially at that high level.
Yeah.
With that said,
it's far beyond your scope of what this is.
Yeah. With that said, I do feel confident that the deal is happening. I do feel confident that their library is going somewhere on Max, somewhere on WBD. I don't know about Ring of Honor TV, and I don't feel like AEW is in danger of losing their TV. In fact, I think there's as far as I know, there are more opportunities for AEW on WBD properties.
Yeah.
And that has to do with outside of pro wrestling as well.
Yes.
Okay? So that relationship is good. I listen, you can listen to all the talking heads you want. You can listen to all the former wrestlers give their opinion on this and talk about what Tony's going to do and how it's going to be over. Do you know how many quotes and people that are brilliant, okay, very intelligent people in the wrestling business were saying it's over for Tony, WWE's going to WBD. Okay? That became a narrative for many people.
Yeah.
Listen, is it possible that they were told something that I don't know? I'm sure, maybe. Or is it possible that it's personal opinion playing a part in this?
Yeah.
Personal opinion. I have no opinion on this.
Right.
Do I want them to stay on the shore? Because I think think of the opportunity AEW has given the performers in wrestling, not just performers,
Absolutely.
producers, creative people, overall,
Creates a lot of jobs.
roadies.
Yeah.
It creates a lot of jobs, and that's how I see it. And it also allows me to come here and talk about something I enjoy. But I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't work for those companies.
Right.
If it went away, that would be sad because I think it's a great product, but I don't have like a pick.
Right.
Same goes for WWE. But that said, I think they're going to stay. Their ratings are consistent. No matter how many times you want to hear that their ratings are bad, they're not bad. They're actually always in the top ranking. And the people that say that their viewership is bad do not understand the landscape of cable television.
Right.
It's not what it was.
Oh, 100% not. Like, if a show, you can have your own network based on some of the ratings. like that shows are getting now. Like imagine if the ability to have an entire channel dedicated to WWE existed now with 8.1 million viewers like they used to have for Raw, it would be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But it's the landscape has changed.
Yeah.
Measurements are done differently.
Yeah.
WWE's going to Netflix. You're not going to get these ratings like you did.
Right.
Okay. And what does it mean? What does it mean on Netflix? If Raw is getting 1 million instead of 1.7, what does that mean?
Yeah.
We are in an evolving time.
Nielsen's don't exist anymore.
They're actually, they do.
They do, but it's different.
To be honest with you, you know what number really matters? DVR plus 3.
Really?
That, to me, that is the most important gauge of importance for your product. DVR plus 7 is something nobody talks about, but guess what? We're looking at those numbers too.
Fascinating.
There are times I watch Raw 4 days after or 5, whatever it is, but I'm still consuming it.
Right.
Why aren't we talking about that?
Right.
There's so much factor goes into success.
Well, that's how I watch Rampage and Collision, usually a day or two later.
Yeah, if it's DVR, that's great. DVR plus 3. But if you're watching who knows where,
right?
How do you do it? So when you build up your brand's worth, you have to incorporate everything. WWE's moving past just ratings. They look at everything. Yeah. They are analytic monsters. AEW too. That's what Tony does. He's an guy. He's an analytics guy. So they know what they're doing here. The networks know what they're doing. 820,000 viewers on a Wednesday night on cable is tremendous.
Yeah.
The people that are critical of it have no concept of how television operates now. Could Collision do better? Sure, absolutely.
Everything can do better.
Everything could do better. Can Dynamite do better? Sure. But this is not an end of the world scenario.
Right, yeah.
For this company, because the attendance is more what I'm concerned with.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you should look into.
Yes.
And they're correcting that. They're pivoting on that. Different venues, different markets. They've hired key people. Mm-hmm. Their marketing division is getting built up. These are things that I think they got too comfortable with putting on a show and knowing people are going to travel and go. Because this is a very cool thing in the beginning.
Oh, absolutely. Okay? It was the best.
You know how many people went down to that DC show for that first show that I knew from everywhere in the country? Tons. How many people are going now? Not so much.
Yeah.
Every pay-per-view was a destination show. I went to Chicago. I went to Vegas. I'm not doing it right now.
Yeah.
I did it. I saw it. Will I do it again? I'm sure.
Absolutely.
They run shows now in my market, so I go to those.
I do kind of wish we went to Sunday show.
This Sunday?
Yeah.
We could have done it.
That would have been fun.
Yeah. It would have been too much, though.
Yeah.
It would have been too much. So, listen, I know I veered off of this, and I know we have a bunch more questions with WBD, and I'll answer whatever I can, but I feel like he's confident that because of the relationship he has with that company, I don't think there's a pressing matter to sign this deal tomorrow.
Exactly.
But I would like to know where they're headed with their shows, and I would like to know what happens with Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. There's a lot. All right. What else do we have? I know there's a lot more in the chat, so we'll get to them.
This is from Ali Khan. Did you guys watch The Rock destroy Dave LaGreca?
What did he say about Dave? I didn't. I was in and out. I was very busy last night while watching it.
No, this was a social media promo that he cut.
Oh, is that what it was?
Just The Rock talking, and he was
said?
going to town on everybody.
What did he say about Dave LaGreca?
MG, you were champing at the bit for this one.
Yeah. So this was what I had in the notes. He basically just called him he said, because he did it when this first happened, when they first thought The Rock was gonna be part of the main event. Dave LaGreca, who's a big Cody fan, just was in his office, home office, in like a bathrobe.
20 minutes, by the way.
He looked like a complete
long
dweeb. Yeah. And it was 20 minutes long, and he just went off on him.
I like Dave. Dave's a good guy. Why is he beating up on Dave?
Because he wants, because he's the one that said Cody has to finish the story.
Got it.
And he called himself a Cody crybaby, so Rock just piled on him.
Yeah.
So it was pretty entertaining.
I want somebody to put together an evolution of man chart, but for The Rock, like him starting as
the Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, as Flex Cabana.
Okay.
And then to what we got now, which is a totally inhuman looking thing that came from another planet.
He
right?
is from another
He's
planet.
amazing looking. He evolved into like whatever this is.
Yeah.
I think this is not his final form. I think give it like another couple of years, and you'll see him even bigger. He's gonna turn into Georgie Animal Steel.
Just eating the
at some point,
turnbuckles.
yeah.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
Show your abs. Bob Hazelwood. One day.
I could do
Show
my
your
peck
pecs.
dance. There you go.
How about show him the buys? Yeah, look at that TRT doing its magic.
I'm actually a little small right now.
Let's see what we got here. We got Paul Anthony Moss. Who do you think should be Okada's first feud in AEW? Also, is Okada fluent in English, or do you think he'll need a manager mouthpiece? Thanks.
I don't know how fluent he is. I know he can speak a little bit, but
I think he understands completely and kayfabes that he doesn't speak much.
that's me with English.
Yeah.
Who should his first feud be with? You know what? There's so many different opportunities. I think he could come off with like Takeshita.
Straight
Can you
up,
imagine? I want to see that banger.
would you straight up put him in the main event scene?
Oh, 130%. We're gonna get to see Edge and Okada.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm not. By the way, I'm not reporting that. I'm just saying the possibility of
You know what
okay?
You know what I'd love
Yeah.
to see? I would love to see a Horseman and Dusty angle with BCC and Okada,
Oh man.
where these guys just like mess him up week after week. Like, you think you're the best, blah blah blah.
Takeshita Okada, 0 promos, just stare down and vibes. I'm into that.
We're
Trust
good-
the process. Love it.
We're gonna get. Think about this. We're gonna get Danielson Okadas. We're gonna get Moxley Okadas. We're gonna get Jay White Okadas. We're gonna get
Everything. Yeah.
every Okadas. We're
Yeah.
gonna get. It's gonna be New Japan all over again.
And
We're
then
gonna get Osprey
yeah.
again.
And then they'll finally do that proper Okada Omega match again.
Forget it.
You know?
Which-
Finally. Great.
Which has to be for the belt.
has to be perfect.
That has to
and
be an
fair.
all in,
Perfect.
right?
Yeah. Well, I
It
don't
has
know.
to be.
Maybe that. Well, or is I don't know. We'll see. Okada speaks Dominican Spanish.
He does.
That is the best tweet. That is the best comment of the day.
But he just whispers.
I love him to do the Kel OK.
He's like, que lo que tú sabes. Some Joel Arias. I'll be at Revolution front row for my birthday.
Nice.
First AEW
Nice.
show. Any returns that could happen? Update on Kenny. Thanks.
I don't know. I don't have any.
Do you have Sasha show up this weekend?
No.
Or is it too?
Uh-uh.
Is it too big?
No. Too big.
She's in
Too big.
Japan.
Yeah, she's not.
Because you don't want to take away from Sting.
And I think that's why they did certain things.
Maybe Okada interrupts the Takeshita.
I don't think they should do.
Yeah.
I think they purposely have pulled back on
Yeah.
doing certain things
Because it's all Sting.
they've spaced things out.
All Sting.
All Sting,
Okay.
all the time.
Goldberg.
This is 10-10 wins.
This is.
You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
This is from Trust the Process. The Rock Roman would have been so godly if they did it this year.
Yep.
Cody Roman already feels secondary.
Yep.
Delaying Rock Roman till 41 gonna make it lose juice.
I agree with him.
I don't know, man. WWE has that habit of like pulling the wool over the fans' eyes, like when they did Once in a Lifetime, and then they did Once in a Lifetime again the year after.
Listen, am I going to love it either way? Sure, I'm going to enjoy it. Of course, I'm going to enjoy it. But I agree with Trust the Process. I know it's shitty for Cody. I know it's shitty for Dwayne. This was a compromise. Somebody was going to lose out on this.
Oh yeah,
This was them trying to make everybody happy.
absolutely. And you know what? It does. I'm not happy. It doesn't make any
Have you
sense.
been watching his videos? He's so fucking jacked.
Okay, so Austin looks exactly the same,
He looks remarkable.
right?
Yeah.
How did The Rock turn into whatever he is now? I think he got replaced.
I think, like they gave him the Bane juice.
Yeah.
You know what? He could play Bane at this point.
Oh, forget it. Yeah. For F Black Adam.
yeah.
Bane.
Bane.
Yeah. Be great. I'd love
He's
that.
so big.
Mm-hmm.
So big.
Give him. You know what? I never liked him as Black Adam.
Oh, you said it. You finally said it.
Yeah.
You finally said it.
I think it was fine. I always was like, why that character?
Why that character?
You know?
And then they took out the tease right at the end, or they left the tease, the Superman tease.
They left the tease, but
And then it went nowhere.
They fought for it.
They fought for it.
Yeah. And it went nowhere because Cavill got ousted as Superman.
Did you watch Madam Web?
Nah, I refuse to.
Bob saw
I'll
it.
watch
Bob
it later.
saw
Yeah.
it.
Do you love it?
And I got to tell you something.
Was he the guy that got arrested in the movie
He's
theater?
the one that got arrested. Yeah. He is the most he's a great film critic because he's unbiased
And he goes to every movie.
and he goes to every movie. He said it was abysmal.
Yeah, it's not. I didn't hear good things.
Yeah, he said
You know
it
what?
was abysmal.
Spoiler alert. You know what I heard? the only time you see them in costume is in a weird flash forward.
It's like yeah.
No costumes, like no powers, no nothing.
The other thing, they removed Spider-Man in the end. He was supposed to be in the end, and they took it out because it was such a disaster. They didn't want him involved.
No. Because
No.
the timeline in the movie doesn't add up to what they wanted to do.
Yeah, but
they couldn't have had a Spider-Man.
A Spider-Man because since when is his uncle an EMS driver?
Right. Exactly. So
What did he do? What was his job?
You know what? I don't know what Uncle Ben did.
What do you think Uncle Ben did?
I have no idea.
I know what he did.
What did he do?
I know what he did.
Tell me.
He worked at the newspaper,
Okay.
but not like he worked in like the factory.
Okay.
Like
he was at the plant.
He was at the plant. No, that wasn't his job, and that's why Spidey ended up working. That's like the connection with the Daily Bugle.
There's a new Ultimate Spider-Man out where Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson are friends, and they start their own newspaper.
You know what? See how it works?
Pretty good.
I'm kind of into that. I've gotten into alternate, like reading about all those wacky comics now.
Yeah.
I don't have time to sit there and read like House of M.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But there's this guy that does these great reviews, and they're long. They're like hour long. Like just he reads you the story.
So you
tells
get the info. Yeah.
I love it, and he also does like the back and forth on like why certain things happen. Like why Emma Frost is doing what she's doing. I don't remember Emma Frost being a tremendous character in X-Men.
Oh, really?
Because remember, she was not pivotal in the cartoon.
No, not at all.
And the comics all shifted to kind of reflect more on the cartoon in the early 90s.
Yes.
Fascinating stuff.
But she was pivotal in
Post and
pre,
after.
yeah, pre and post, yeah.
All right.
All
Great
right.
stuff.
That was nice. Paul Anthony Moss, did you see Miro's tweet after TK's Revolution presser? If not kayfabe, don't understand why AEW doesn't cut bait with him. Roster is already loaded.
I don't know, man. He was unexpectedly unused over there. And I don't know the story. There is a reason for everything. Okay? There is a reason for everything. When certain people aren't seen on TV, or you ask why certain people aren't signed to a company.
Yeah.
I recently had a conversation about somebody in one of the companies, and I said, whatever I said to that person, and they turned around like, this is why they weren't blah blah blah.
Interesting.
This is exactly why. Not everybody that you see on TV that everybody likes is going to make it, because there are personal things that people deal with. Right? I don't know Miro. I don't know what his deal is. I hope it's a work. I hope the whole thing is just a character. But I think WWE would be able to utilize him far better right now than anybody else.
You know what? Have him dominate NXT again.
Just show up there and just kill everybody, and then go back up to the main.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah, that's great. Have him feud with Drew. This is from Comic Book Guy. Should I do the voice or no? I don't know if I can do the voice. The acclaimed PU gimmick run its course. Also hate how booking has failed Jay White, and with all the signings, doubt we'll ever see the belt in AEW.
That's great, actually.
Thank you.
People get hot, people get cold. I think Jay White should have done more. But maybe now with Ospreay there, he's in the focus for them. He's one of those guys that they want.
I think they're simmering on Jay White. They're keeping the motor running with him. Because the Bang Bang Scissor Gang stuff is fun.
They need to.
But
he needs to be serious. He needs to not be fun.
But I think he's there helping those guys.
Yeah. What was that, MG?
I said at some point that those two, because you have the Bang Bang Gang has the ROH 6-man. They're gonna end up merging those titles. I think
they have to. Yeah.
Or so that's the feud, right? That's the big feud this summer, I would think. Is those two
going into
those
a
two
fugue state? Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's happening.
Are you gonna do the fugue state? You said fugue, not pube, right?
Oh no, pube. Getting into a pube state. All right.
What's next? This is from Trust the Process.
Yeah.
How would I make sure I got this? I'm answering everything correctly. How would Russo book this Cody Rock Roman thing at 40? Would Bloodline rules turn into a mini Royal Rumble with surprise interference from every 90s?
Literally every. That was how I would do it. Cody goes for the pin.
Bro.
Cody goes for the pin.
You got to do it like Russo, though.
Bro. Listen, Russo has diabetes. Did you hear
that
about this? He was in the gym. He posted a gym photo. Good for him.
Wait, you're happy he's got diabetes?
No, good for him. He's in the gym and working out. I have no feud. I have no problem with anybody.
No, I
People
know.
are like, oh, you saw the Russo thing? I'm like, I don't. Well, he does his thing. I do mine.
Yeah.
Why do I have to comment on everybody's thing?
Right.
Everybody has a different opinion.
Everybody's got a thing.
Bro, he's a Long Island boy.
Yeah.
His son played for the Bayside Little League. Do you know that?
I did not know
Fun
that.
fact.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Fun fact about you.
Fun fact about you. Can I tell you a fun fact about me?
Yeah.
Peace out. Much love, Jonathan.
Much love, Jonathan.
Rest in peace. R.I.P. Jonathan. Everybody, tweet him R.I.P. please. R.I.P. Jonathan.
Just say fun fact about me, R.I.P. Jonathan.
Yeah. He's dead. He died. Finally.
Sorry to hear
it
that.
happened.
Yeah.
It would definitely be Cody's getting the pin. 1, 2, Paul pulls him out.
Mm-hmm.
Ref bump. Here comes, so-and-so. Here comes so-and-so. Another person runs in. Big schmaz. Shane McMahon runs in. Lights go off. Lights go on. Stardust appears. Lights
my
go
God.
off. Back to Cody.
Handsome Cody.
No.
You know what I would love to see though? Because the inevitable Rock Roman thing is going to happen, right?
Okay, yeah.
I would love to see The Rock go for the people's elbow, but Paul Heyman covers Roman and he takes the people's elbow and just
and he saves him.
Yeah, he saves him.
Yeah.
Explodes all over the place.
That's great. I'm into that. You know what? You just gave them a great idea.
Great. Listen, that one's for free.
Rest in peace, Jonathan.
Oh my God. This is from Comic Book
Way too
Guy.
many dirty martinis.
Way too many dirty martinis. I saw a hack that my wife sent me.
Okay.
I'm surprised I've never thought of this before.
Can I guess what it is?
Go ahead.
Is it the Ice Cube one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I saw that.
Mhm.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
But you still got to do all the mixing.
Yes.
So why put in the Ice Cube?
I think to get a little extra dirty. There's a lot of people like more brine.
I was a big filthy
Big
martini.
brine guy.
I was a big brine guy,
Yeah.
but now I'm back to like a perfect. I got to tell you, all those fucking guys at press.
Yeah.
Everybody that works behind that bar, and it's a sandwich shop.
Mm-hmm.
They make the best fucking martinis.
They do make a good martini.
Every single bartender there. Ashley,
Jay.
Bill, Jay,
Yeah.
Diana. I mean, Diana taught all of them how to do it.
Diana makes a great martini.
The best goddamn martinis ever. Maybe I'll have one today. Oh man, I want to. Do I get martini drunk this afternoon?
I think you should.
Oh, and super fucking bloated.
Just get like sweaty.
Do you know what I've done? It's a bad move.
Mm.
Martinis in the tub.
Just pour it on you.
Martinis in the tub, not
Mhm.
good.
Use bath water for brine.
Bath water for the brine. No, because the salt,
Yeah.
it gets you so hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start sweating, and all of a sudden, it starts the crystals of the salt start
Oh, yeah,
depositing on you. Don't do a dirty martini in the tub.
I think we've answered that question.
All right, what was this?
The Russo one.
Okay, what? Yeah, we have another one here.
All right, this is. I'm not gonna do the voice.
Okay.
I have secondhand embarrassment from Seth Rollins looking like an absolute dork this past month. Throwing the towel.
I don't love his goofiness.
Yeah.
I got it. I don't like the goofy.
People eat it up.
Seth
That's
Rollins.
as long as people are responding, they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
People love it. He looks like he belongs with the Muppets Dr. Teeth band.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Cadillac Carson.
Yo.
Do you think we get an MJF return at Revolution? Also, I found out I share a birthday with Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Elaine from Seinfeld. What famous person do you share a birthday with?
Dennis Rodman.
Bubba.
You share a birthday with Bubba.
Bubba, Conor McGregor, Gerald Ford.
Oh man,
Look it up. May 15th. I feel like you got a lot of people on May 15th.
13th.
Man, it's the 15th.
Mine is the 13th.
I think I know when your birthday
Stephen
is.
Colbert.
And my brother.
Darius Rucker. Dennis Rodman. I knew that. Stevie Wonder. Harvey Keitel. You know what? That's perfect.
Very
actually.
nice.
Lena Dunham. Robert Pattinson. He's another meat. Oh yeah, it's 2 years younger than me. Debbie Ryan, Alan Ball, no idea who that is. And anybody good?
I got Vincent Pastore.
I have a bunch of
Pretty good.
ridiculous ones. My most famous one is actually not with us anymore. It's Paul Walker and
Oh,
Jennifer
wow.
Hudson, and I don't know any of these other people.
I'm just going with
Jesse
Dennis
Owens.
Rodman. Oh, Jesse Owens, that's a good one. Dennis Rodman is my favorite.
There's Robin.
Ooh, Ron Coleman, the bodybuilder. I should have seen birthday with him.
Very cool.
Pusha T.
Nice.
That's another one. Pusha T is 46.
You thought he was older?
No, I thought he was younger. That's about it. Now I'm at the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, Ingmar Bergman. Very sweet. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Will MJF be at Revolution?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm thinking he's going to be at that Money Talks event, right? It's all about the money. Money Talks. Shane shows up. Sasha Banks shows up. Trump shows up.
Yeah,
what am I doing here?
What am I doing?
A portal opens and Trump shows up. I smelled money. What I need it. I lost a lot of money this week. A lot of money. No money.
Maybe Tony could help.
No more dinero.
Vote for me.
There you go, MG. Not bad.
Who copied my shoe?
Golden shoes. I got the golden ticket. Willy Wonka. I'm Willy Wonka. I'm orange like a Loompa.
Oh, I would love a Willy Wonka with him. So upset.
Make him the Loompa. He'll be
why
Loompa.
not?
All the Loompas are him complaining about everything. And being really standoffish and double downing on everything. I don't make the chocolate. You make the chocolate. Listen. I don't make the chocolate here. You make the chocolate here. Where's my office?
Where's my office?
It's not even a good Trump impression.
No, it's great though. It's so good. It's so bad. It's good. It's so bad. It's good.
This is from Comic Book Guy. Do you think Sting will make a sporadic non-in-ring appearance in AEW, or do you think he stays away for good?
No, I think he makes appearances.
Yeah.
I think Tony even said that was the plan.
Yeah.
Would be here and there.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it?
That's all for the super chats.
All right, what else do we have? We have more questions.
We got regular questions?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
You want to do a couple?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just joking around.
We can do 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. I got to find... Can you highlight... there we go. Corey Richmond. Has the return of Rock kind of overshadowed the retirement of Sting?
Not for me, because I see them separately.
Yeah.
You know? I see these things as totally separate things. That's why I think if it was like the same company and they had all these returns, like they did Mercedes and they did Okada, yeah, absolutely. But I see these as very different.
I think it's
scenarios.
super cool. It's very, because you're like, oh, what's going on in Iron Man? And then you're like, oh shit, what's going on in Superman? You're like, you're kind of like, what's happening on each thing? And I think they're both very cool. I don't think it overshadows anything, like, unless you're talking to like some dum-dum who's like, bro, stop talking about Sting. I'm talking about The Rock right now.
Yeah.
Like MG does all the time.
Yeah. That's all he says about everything.
Bro, who cares about The Rock? I'm talking about Sting all day. MG, you should have a Sting-centric podcast.
I was thinking about doing a video. I might do one today and throw it up.
It sounds dirty.
My perspective.
I'm going to make one of those videos. Yeah, right. It's like, you didn't even say what kind of. You're like, I got to make one of those videos.
Last time he made those videos.
Are you on OnlyFans? Are you on Stingley?
Just like John Cena.
Stingley fans. Sting fan fiction?
Do you do erotic Sting fan fiction?
Dear God.
Kissing him like Spider-Man in that first movie. Upside down stinger. Very upset. All right. Kuru Riku. I like the Saturday shows.
I do too.
What for wrestlers?
Can we move the show again?
I wouldn't mind it, you know.
We started off on Tuesday.
We did.
And we
Tuesday
moved every day.
afternoons, Thursday afternoons, Friday mornings, and we're very consistent Friday mornings.
Thursday mornings. And then went to Friday mornings, and then Saturday sometimes. It's fine. Listen, it happens.
Yeah. Kuro Riku. What four wrestlers are going to be WBD's new Impractical Jokers?
Oh, that's great. Untrue. Keith Lee.
Okay. Billy Gunn. Okay. Two more. MJF.
MJF and Abaddon.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Signed, still delivered.
I was going to throw RJ City in there, but
RJ is too predictable.
You got to think about the wacky shit.
RJ's going to be the new Mr. Sheffield in the remake of The Nanny. Did you hear about that?
I would love that.
Mr. Sheffield.
Mr. Here we go.
Sheffield.
Brian Knight. There was reports of WWE wanting Sly Stallone at WrestleMania 40.
Yes.
What if Sly confronts Rock during one of the main event matches? Imagine Rocky knocks out The Rock, trending on socials.
Hey, listen.
I was the first one. I don't think that's going to happen. You know why?
Why?
Stallone will never stand next to The Rock.
He's too
He's
too short.
Stallone's like 5'6".
Stallone, I do know that they did reach out to him, and he is on a new PR thing now because his daughter, he does a show with his daughters.
Oh yeah.
And you know what it is, right? It's exactly what you would think. I don't want my daughters dating boys.
Oh boy,
You're bringing a boy over to the house?
Don't bring a boy over to the house.
That's literally all it is.
45 minutes of him going, don't bring a boy over to the house.
You know what'll happen if you bring a boy to the house? So
it would break Adrian's heart.
Adrian's heart.
I got these 2 turtles.
Does he have turtles?
Yeah, that was his thing with Adrian when he like weirdly gets her into his apartment in that first movie.
You want to see my turtles?
He's like, I bought these turtles from you, remember? I had a bridge, but they kept falling off. It's an insane movie when you look. I've seen that movie a million times,
Rocky.
But through my more adult eyes, it's a nutty effing movie.
It is nutty. The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole concept is insane.
My father has been getting sucked into TikTok misinformation.
Okay. Flatter. Is the Earth flattened right now?
No, but
is he
but
fucking Earth flattened?
He goes, hey, listen, did you hear? That fucking guy, Van Damme, died. And I'm like, who? He goes, not the wrestler. He didn't even tell me which one. And he got angry. I was like, what? He goes, Jean-Claude Van Damme, fucking guy with the split. And I'm like, he's not dead. He goes, I saw the video. Look. I'm like, it's not saying he's dead at all.
Maybe he wants me to be dead.
Maybe he wants me to be dead. Listen, Bloodsport, great movie.
What's your favorite Van Damme movie?
Bloodsport.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll go Bloodsport.
I like the one, there was another one.
Double Impact, where he's 2 Van Dammes?
Not Double Impact. What was the other one he had?
Cyborg?
No, way before. Way
Universal
before.
Soldier? Time Cop was great.
Time Cop.
Cop's
Yeah,
awesome.
Time Cop was good.
John Woo movie.
Which one's the one where he's dancing?
That was Kickboxer.
Kickboxer?
That was Kickboxer.
Yeah.
With the,
He did
jukebox scene.
Kickboxer and he did Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 very similar movies that are very confusing for people.
Yeah.
This is from David Scott. Do you believe AEW has MJF, Cole, DMD, Omega all back for Arthur Ashe? If so, do they sell out the stadium for the pay-per-view?
You know, I have to tell you, I think they will sell out Arthur Ashe. Dude, come on. Fucking June. The sun's going to be out. Okay, when that show's happening. You and I by the way, there are 2 days that it could be. The 23rd of June or the 30th. The 30th, there's a lot of stuff happening. You know, the Mets are playing. They have that afternoon game. My dream would be that we go to that afternoon game, me, you, and Bob.
Yes.
Alex.
Yes.
Everybody comes. You are holding Kyle.
Yep.
We're sipping martinis in that Delta Lounge.
Love it.
Okay?
I'm with you.
We are loaded by 3:30.
Oh,
Absolutely.
We take a little edible.
Oh, my God.
And we just somehow we fast forward into that scrum where you're asking Tony if he wants to see a little dance.
That would be rough. That'd be rough. I'd start because like if I drink too much, I start talking. I guess at a normal pace.
Yeah,
that's when you know it's wrong.
Yeah. You slow down.
I slow down.
Yeah, big time.
I slow down big time. I'll be like, Tony Khan, Rich Stamboli, Matt Man podcast. And I'd look at Andrew for like a minute and be like, I'm doing it. And then go, you want to see my little dance? Just fall asleep. I'm done.
Kate and I are going to have to pick you up.
And then you have to like apologize for me.
I'm so sorry. He does this sometimes.
I'm so sorry.
I think if everybody's there, yeah. I think it'll be great.
This is on a weekend, so there's a possibility you might get some
What is he saying?
He's threatening us with an appearance.
Are you are you going to show up in New York?
Listen, I got enough
You
time
know
to
where
tunnel
I'm
down
at?
there.
We can stay in the Migrant Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
At Ramada. At the Ramada Inn.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to show up. They're going to send him back.
We don't want this guy.
That's
He's going to be the only one they send back.
Yeah.
That's funny. Let's see.
Anyway.
Yeah, maybe. I think they'll be back at some point. We got another super chat here from Ali. Who has the better? This is a good question.
Yeah.
Who has the better legacy, Undertaker or Sting? Sting had the better last leg of his career than Undertaker. Wish Taker got a retirement show in front of fans. Who has the better legacy? I feel like it's apples and oranges because there's
who's telling the story,
right? As long as there is wrestling, I think the Undertaker will be regarded as like the phenom like he is. But also Sting is I think Sting is held in more reverence. With workers.
You know what's funny? There was never a comparison of the two until
they wore black leather jackets.
Like there was zero. Like growing up with them, like wrestling.
Yeah,
there was never the oh my gosh, like that. What if Sting and Undertaker? Like it was a very maybe like some people, but it wasn't a thing until much later. It wasn't until Undertaker returned.
Yeah.
And the promos that they had kind of like could have been Sting, and the internet blew up.
Mm-hmm. Well, also when Sting came back to WWE, I think a lot of people wanted that because they saw two guys wearing black and long leather jackets, and they were like, "These guys are
and
the
I think
same."
that would have been a great moment. They could have taken that opportunity. I think the Undertaker's legacy is different. I think Sting is more like the wrestler,
right?
Sting worked like tremendously,
right.
Undertaker didn't. Undertaker retired like 12 years ago.
I would have loved to seen like, you know, if they did the Triple H match and then they did an Undertaker match, I think that would have been awesome.
Taker has the advantage. Trust the process. Hit it here. Taker has the advantage being in the top promotion his entire career, but strictly speaking resume, it's easily Sting. Yeah, Sting's wrestling resume is far deeper than Undertaker's because Undertaker was also a gimmick for the beginning half of his run. Yeah. So, apples and oranges, but I think at the end of the day, you know, Undertaker will probably be remembered more because the ones who win are able to tell history the way they want to tell it, and that's how they've told history. It's that the Undertaker was this mythical guy, which he was.
But it's a very good question because, like, you know, it's not you're not poo-pooing on anybody, but yes, he built his legacy with one company, right? Sting, everybody can remember every different Sting from every different era. NWO, NWA, WCW, TNA Sting. You know, which a lot of people love. A lot of people love all his versions of Stings there. Joker Sting, return to WWE Sting.
What kind of Sting does he show up as?
AEW Sting. I think he's going to do a combination.
Does he come out to ride the lightning?
That'd be amazing. I think they can get the rights to it.
I would love that. That would make
Seek and Destroy. He didn't come out to ride by lightning. It was Seek and Destroy.
Seek and Destroy. Do you think that they can get the rights to it?
Seek and Destroy?
Yeah.
They did Seek and Destroy at All In.
Okay. Imagine if Metallica came out and did it.
But Lars is singing.
Oh boy.
That was
just like the live show, like the live show style.
This is our longest show in 2 years, apparently.
Hang on.
Let's do some more.
Let's do a couple more, yeah. This is from David Scott. Any chance we get blonde Hawaii Sting tomorrow?
I would love that, but I don't think so.
Surfer Sting? Boy, howdy. Maybe Darby comes out as Surfer Sting.
He should.
Little blonde, like, because he's got the blonde hair, right? Yeah. You know, that'd be cool. Corey Richmond, does the Revolution sellout by Sting finally get him in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame?
I don't know. Listen, it's just voting.
He went in a couple years ago.
Yeah, he went in, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in it. I know there was a debate there for a couple of years, but he's in it. Oh, Jesus.
It's a good comment.
Yeah, ask. What is it?
You read it, MG.
MG's mole hole is halfway to Queens already. Dude, that's what he's been doing. This is his Shawshank. He's Shawshanking out of fucking Michigan.
Mole hole sounds terrible. I think that's what he makes his videos out of.
He's been Shawshanking himself out of there.
Shawshanking. This is from JMG Gillis. Jay White came to America at a bad time. WWE was having a hiring freeze at the time. Camille to WWE?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah.
She's tremendously talented. I'll tell you that, Camille. Oh, yeah. Same as Julia. They're two free. I mean, those are the. Are they missing pieces? I don't know. For AEW, possibly. For WWE, not so much. I think they're just going to be the next generation that moves on. Mm-hmm. But I think for AEW, they have tremendous emphasis on building this women's division.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be on the back of Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. I think it's going to be on the back of Mercedes and Tony and that generation that's coming in.
Absolutely.
No knock at anybody. I think that they are looking to think about the next generation of talent there, and there's so much good.
Sky Blue,
Julia Hart. You know, they're building that. All right, let's do some rapid fires.
All right, Rich's French Tony Khan, would you like to see me dance? I don't know what you're talking about. That would have to be phoned in. Imagine if we got a pre-recorded message from French Tony Khan.
Hey, Tony, we got a friend that wants to ask you a question.
Just put it on speakerphone. And
suck le bleu, Tony.
We're all quickly...
It's your cousin from France.
We're all quickly escorted out of the building. I think he should call in at some point.
I think he's going to throw us out of that scrum one of these weeks.
Yeah.
Like the next...
Oh, you Bart Simpson style. Oh, you boys. When...
And then we just like do the run out.
Bring fireworks.
Those Chinese snaps. Start throwing them.
Pro Wrestling Joe. When are you guys going to do a Matt Men special where you interview Tony Khan?
I would love to have Tony on.
It's more than likely semi-possible. I think we can get that to happen.
Yeah. I spoke to someone about doing some interviews since they're in Queens again.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, you're in my fucking backyard.
Right. Got to do it.
Yeah, you know, have him here. He could hang out here.
Yeah.
You know what? You think he'd be mad at the signs or he'd like appreciate it?
I think he'd love everything here.
He's like, oh yeah, he would go into a fugue state and start playing with all the toys.
I think he would love everything here and then run off the entire credits of the Beyond the Mat movie.
That's what he would
do. Be like, directed by so-and-so. Oh, that was edited by this guy, you know.
Did you ever see the video of when they were doing the Elite show on YouTube where Cody gets possessed by WWE fans?
Oh, yeah.
I just saw this for the first time.
Really?
It's so good.
Spot on, isn't it?
It's so good.
Because he knows. Cody knows.
Cody knows.
Let's see. See, cool. Any truth to the rumors that Amazon is getting in on the AEW media rights?
Where did that come from?
Are there rumors?
I haven't heard it.
No.
Did that come from someone? I don't know. I've maybe missed it.
David
I haven't
Scott.
heard that either.
Yeah.
Next question, David Scott. Great question. What match does AEW need to sell out Wembley again? Ospreay challenging for the title and winning the belt? I don't think they need to have anything to sell it out.
You need some big matches.
Kenny Okada?
Do Kenny Okada.
You
have Ospreay in the main for the title. You know, Nigel and Danielson. I don't know how much that matters. Yeah. They'll do well. You know, I don't know what they'll do. But I think that show will do well.
I don't think it'll be good, but Saraya and Jamie Hayter, Saraya,
Jamie Hayter and
Mercedes.
Okay, great.
There you go.
Great. That set's going to be different, I think, this year.
Yeah,
I think they're going to build a stage, like an actual stage.
Very cool. This is from Kevin Craig. Do you think Dynamite's set and color will go back to the beginning days or similar?
So I've seen it. I've seen the set. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the set?
I've seen the set.
Okay. A lot of people are going to be very happy with it.
Okay.
I think it looks great. The colors, we already saw a glimpse of... Ooh, let me show you something. Can I show you something?
Yeah, please.
Hold on. We're going to play Andrew's
being a coy boy.
Yeah. You ready?
I like that.
It's gnarly, right?
I like that
Looks
a lot.
great.
I actually like that a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Fun.
It reminds me of... Can I say what it reminds me of?
Hold on. Say it.
It reminds me a lot of the new DC movie posters.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it. I think people are going to be happy with the set. I think the color... they're going to incorporate a lot of the colors again, for sure.
I like that, too. I feel like... you're lacking in... hang on, let me show Andrew something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
100%,
definitely. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought of when you showed me that.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like that
cool.
look. I like that
look.
Sorry,
I wish I could show it. I'm not going to.
This is from Steiner Math.
Yeah.
Do you foresee All In indefinitely being at Wembley, or does Tony eventually branch out to other venues?
I think he eventually will want to branch out to other venues. How many times can you run the same venue? Twice is pushing it, right? You run it twice. You do it 3 times. Maybe third time you run somewhere else.
What's the biggest venue in Canada?
Rogers Center, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Is it the Rogers Center? No.
Yeah, where the Blue Jays play. I believe it is.
How? No, it's 48,000.
Yeah, and that's the biggest one.
Bigger than the Dome?
That is the dome.
Yeah. You're right. That is that the biggest one?
Yeah.
What if
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
what's the biggest arena in Mexico?
Oh, they have
geez,
tremendous
soccer
stadiums for
stadiums.
soccer.
Yeah.
100,000, 110,000 people. I don't know. Again, I don't know how well they would do in Mexico. I do think they should run a show in Mexico City. I know that they that is something that they would like to do.
That would be really cool.
But Roger is a dome. Yeah. You could do 70,000 with floor seating. Okay,
Cool.
so they could do that. I don't know. Again, that's a market that they don't have both their TVs in. Aztec Stadium in Mexico is the biggest stadium.
Great.
Thank you, Kevin, in the chat.
Thanks, Kevin Craig.
Let's see. Aztec Stadium is 83,000. But they have done 132,000 for boxing. Julio Cesar Chavez versus Greg Hugan in 1993.
Wow.
So they could do. I mean, that's a tremendous stadium. I don't know what their metrics are over there. I don't know.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
This is a good one. Shadow Ranger.
Yeah.
Ask Mattman, would you rather be a top guy in TNA, a mid-card guy in AEW, or a jobber on the main roster of WWE?
How am I getting paid the same?
Interesting.
What am I getting paid to do and for how long?
Let's say you are getting paid $700,000 either way.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Would you take the jobber position for $700K?
Same amount of work?
More than likely less amount of work, because if you're the top guy in AEW, you're going to have to be at every show.
I take 700,000 to be a jobber easily. Couple minute match. I go out and I make people look good.
$700K to be like an R-Truth.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Possibly the ultimate jobber at this point, right? Even though you can't really say that, he's very entertaining.
He's very entertaining.
Are you just okay? Let's
700 is too much. Let's do this, okay? 250. You're making $250,000. You can be a top guy. $300,000. You're a top guy in TNA, a mid-carder in AEW, and bottom of the barrel in WWE.
Okay.
$300,000. And I'm working the same.
I think I would go with WWE because you could always move up, make more money, and when you leave, you can get more money from the other companies.
I go to TNA and be a top guy for a little bit, and then
you'd have to work a lot.
Do I? They work 1 day a week.
Well,
like they do their tapings.
You think you can do 4 matches in a day?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I can. Me as in now?
Who's a good mid-card guy in AEW?
Trent Beretta.
Okay. Trent Beretta.
No, Trent has to work hard.
Yeah, Trent has to work.
No,
see, like,
you know
that's
what?
the thing.
I'm working WWE. I'm working WWE.
Mid-card guys in AEW work very hard.
Yeah, I'm working WWE.
Do you consider Orange Cassidy a mid-card guy?
Upper mid, yeah.
Okay.
Upper mid.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying the top guy is like the last couple. No, I'm taking WWE.
Yeah.
Safe, nice and easy. I lose every week. I have a 3-year contract. I put that nut away, and then I do something else. I become a personal trainer or something.
But what kind of jobber? Are you an entertaining jobber, or
no.
like
I'm like a Santino,
the Z-Man? And
no, I'm like Santino. I do wacky stuff.
Okay,
crowd work, a lot of crowd work.
See, but then that'll push you up. That'll push you up the roster.
I don't want to. No,
You'll get the IC belt at some point.
No, I don't want that.
If you follow Santino's trajectory, very entertaining. Very entertaining.
I do this thing. Be careful with that arm.
Be very careful with that. Please.
All right, what else do we have?
Corey Richmond. Could City or Yankee Stadium hold a major wrestling show at some point? Yeah, absolutely. Like Shea back in the day?
I think the problem is the logistics of setup time. And like I think for the Mets, they only have like 2 windows of opportunity where they're away for so long.
Yeah.
One is after the All-Star break. You need, I think for WrestleMania, for example, you need like at least like a week for setup and everything. I don't know. I don't think the Bronx would be Yankee Stadium would work because of no amenities.
Yeah.
Same thing
to get to.
Same thing with Citi Field. A lot of there's it's lacking around it. But listen, MetLife, there's nothing there either. So I don't know. I think they're out of the baseball. I don't think City or I don't think City or
until the amenities
Yankee
come
Stadium
to what they're building around Citi Field, I don't think it's going to be in the cards.
Well, I from what they're building, it's going to change that whole area.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that casino and the luxury apartments and the hotels.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else?
Let's do two more.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is from Hassan. How big is Okada signing and making AEW popular in Japan?
I don't know. I think they're.
It's already on New Japan World. In Japan.
It's already there. I think it's going to help.
I still think the Forbidden Door this year is going to be Cody. Telling you.
I cannot see that happening.
I'm telling you. Well, didn't see Punk coming back to WWE. Nobody saw that coming.
He might have the title, Rich.
Yeah.
Listen.
Let Rich.
You can hide that
Rich.
shit. Let me have my fantasies.
Let him have
Let me have my fantasies.
Let
me have my fantasies. You can't be grounded in reality with something that is not grounded in reality whatsoever.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. JMG. You're like, nah, but Die Hard did this.
What is your opinion of Tiffany Stratton and her reach? I think she's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be very good.
Absolutely. She was over in Australia. She got over in like one move.
She had a good showing in that show. She's going to be a key player there. All right, let's do two more. Okay. Quick, rapid fire.
Guys, we need two more. Shadow Ranger. What if your position can never change? That's the jobber position.
I'm saying it's a jobber.
Saying it's a jobber. JM Gillis, is Rhea Ripley the face of women's wrestling now?
Yeah, right now. Sure. She's fantastic.
Let's get one more meaty good question, guys, and then we're going to wrap it up. We've been at this this is the longest show we've done in 2 years.
Yep.
Is this the record, MG?
No, we've done a 4-hour show.
Well, I'm not talking watch-alongs.
Yeah.
I think we did a 7-hour watch-along.
The one which you guys did with Kyle. Remember the one where he had Kyle in studio?
Yeah.
That was the longest one I can remember, and that was like 2 hours. So we're right there.
Brian Knight, any thoughts on the Superman logo for the new movie? I'm very excited about it. It does look like a precursor to the Kingdom Come logo.
Okay.
This is Corey Richmond. Do you think Ring of Honor is a fit for True TV if the Warner Brothers deal gets done?
Yeah, why not? What, you could put it anywhere. I hope that they get it on TV, but I don't know what the story with that is. I've heard nothing about Ring of Honor.
It's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. The assets are there. Who's the Ring of Honor champ right now?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about Michael Jordan? Is Michael Jordan with bicycle legs?
Yeah.
Shawn Bikes also.
Shawn Bikes.
Shawn Bikes is Shawn Michaels with bicycle legs. This is an old joke I've had for 20 years, by the way, and I finally broached it on the podcast.
Kyle Fletcher is the TV champion?
Okay.
I didn't even know that.
James says, I was 20 minutes late, started and finished my workout. Now I'm cleaning my basement for the PPV tomorrow since you guys started this pod. LOL. We're helping. We're helping people.
We're helping people. Listen, he's working.
Eddie Kingston's the RH champ, right? Because he's got the trifecta.
Yeah.
So does that mean he's got the 3 belts and then 1 big belt, or is that a unified belt that represents all 3 belts?
He has all of them.
He defends them all at once.
All at once.
But he has 1 belt to signify that.
Sometimes he has all of them.
He has 3 belts. He
carries
carries 3 belts around.
3 belts to signify 1. But he carries all of them.
But he has the 1. That Triple Crown belt is a belt.
Yes.
So that symbolizes all 3 belts.
Yes.
So if Danielson wins tomorrow, he gets
all 3 belts.
All 3 belts.
All 3 belts.
Okay. And you're telling me I can't wish that Cody shows up because that's ridiculous.
Fair. Rich wins. We can go now.
We got one more super chat.
Let's do it.
Comic book guy, do you think AEW would have been better off if Tony never leaned so much into tribalism?
I think it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
There are dark forces.
Mm-hmm. God,
I'm trying to get the Tucker Carlson talking about the aliens.
Oh no! Please don't. I couldn't even tell my wife about it.
I can't even tell her. I did a good Tucker yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Oh, that's a good Tucker.
What does that mean? I asked around. Nobody could answer.
You know, people used to like that guy. People used to love him.
He has a good bow tie.
He was like a sweetheart.
He used to call into Bubba the Love Sponge. He was a regular on Bubba.
Yeah, can I bone your wife?
Is that what he's What? I heard Hulk Hogan boned your wife.
Can I bone your wife?
How did that happen? I asked these questions and nobody seemed to answer them.
Was it Terry Bollea or was it Hulk Hogan?
Was it Terry Bollea or was it Hulk Hogan? These are questions that I have.
Ultimate.
I listened to him
running
on.
gag.
I listened to him on Lex Friedman.
Okay.
Which I like Lex.
I have no idea who that is. You
Lex
could be
puts
making
me-
that up right
no,
now. And I'll agree with you.
Lex puts me in a very zen state when I listen to his podcast. I listen to like all of them.
All those guys.
I'm really into all of it.
Yeah.
I'm into like all the like the weird podcasts. I listen to that guy. He's like he's a doctor and he does all this
Dr.
like
Oz?
life hacking
Oh.
stuff.
Dr. Phil?
Andrew something.
Okay.
He's done Rogan a couple times.
Cool.
Eric Weiserman, that's another one.
Mhm.
I love like the whole like the pyramids weren't as old. They're way older than we think they are. Stuff. Not in the flat Earth though.
They're deeper than they are. We didn't answer the guy's question. Though.
Yeah.
Do you think AEW would have been better off if Tony never leaned so much into tribalism? You went immediately into Tucker Carlson.
I don't know how that happened. How does it mean? What happens?
Fugue
How does it
state.
happen? Fugue state.
You've been in a fugue state
Yeah.
all morning.
Andrew Huberman. There you go. Andrew Huberman. I don't know. Could Tony have done things differently? Sure. But at one point, people get really tired of being told that you're a fucking idiot over and over again.
Right.
And then you're going to respond and you're going to be like, no, you guys are fools.
Yeah.
I have seen firsthand what Tony gets, and it's really, really bad. You want to talk about these dark forces?
Let's talk about these dark forces.
You want to talk about
Yeah.
these dark forces?
Yeah, let's do it.
There's a spiritual aspect to them. Interdimensional.
Are you talking about the interdimensional beings?
Oh, it's happening.
Do you think it's going to be extraterrestrials or interdimensional beings?
I think they're interdimensional beings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, there's a great movie.
Interdimensional reptilians controlling the NWO. Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash.
Then a warp hole opens and it's the NWO.
Yeah, it's the NWO. That they've just been coming in and out.
From Beyond. Watch From Beyond.
Watch From Beyond.
It's called From Beyond. It's a great flick where
1986 movie?
1986 movies.
Okay.
These scientists are trying to stimulate the pineal gland with the thing called the resonator.
Okay.
And they start seeing shit from the between dimension and it chases after them and drives them nuts. It's fantastic.
That's great.
Great movie.
I got to check it out.
It's from Stuart Gordon, who did Reanimator.
It's also for free on YouTube.
Yep.
You can watch it on YouTube. Interdimensional.
Great friggin' movie.
Yeah. All right. You want to do two more quick ones and we're out of here?
Sure.
I'm having fun.
This is more of a comment.
Yeah.
Trust the Process says Cat Williams, Donald Trump, and now Tucker Carlson. Where are we going with this show?
I also did an Alex Jones.
And an Alex Jones.
It's getting really one-sided.
Uh-oh. Listen, just like the bar that MG goes to, there's a lot of good people on both sides
A
bar.
lot of good people on good sides bar.
way out in Michigan.
Yeah. That bar has a lot of good people on both sides.
Did you know, MG, that Detroit is actually a French word?
Yep.
For what?
Look at
I think it's like the bridge between or something. It's
Is it really?
Detroit. Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I could have made a joke right there, but you know. You know what I've been saying? Do you know what a coulomb is?
No.
it's a unit of electrical charge.
Yeah.
I've been saying this as a joke lately. You've been acting like a real coulomb. You know that? Does it work? It's a unit of electrical measure, named after a scientist.
That's great.
This is from Pro Wrestling Joe. Do you think WBD will do another merger within the next 5 years?
It's very possible.
Yeah, I'm going to merge with everybody. XFL merged with we got the USFL.
Every
now.
one of these TV networks, these conglomerates, they're all going to merge. Everything is getting smaller and smaller again.
Mm-hmm. God, sorry.
No, that's
I just had to breathe.
I was about to go into another fugue state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with MG? What's up with the UFL or whatever it's called?
USFL.
They merged the two leagues. They have 8 teams. They dropped a couple teams from the XFL and
so it's XFL and
came up
UFC. USC. What is it?
UFS. Go ahead.
XFL and the USFL
Okay.
were 2 spring leagues. They're now 1. There's 8 teams. They're going to start playing the week before WrestleMania, and The Rock and his ex-wife are part owners of it.
On the teams. Are you excited about this?
Yeah, it's all right.
Are you going to do a podcast like you did with the XFL?
Depending on Jonathan's schedule. We talked about it last week, actually.
Great. You're putting me to sleep. All right. What else do we have? Give me another one. One more and we're out of here.
All right, Brian Knight. This is damn it. All right. Brian Knight, back to Sly Stallone. Which Stallone character would be a good wrestler? I pick Cobra.
Oh, Cobra would be great.
Cobra would be great. Yeah.
Cobra versus John Moxley.
Yeah. Stop where my mom would
match.
shoot. That
There
one.
you go.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Cliffhanger.
Dave, does AEW get into MSG in 2024? I don't think so.
It would be fun if they did.
It would be fun.
Do another one from Corey.
All right.
Do you know if Supercard of Honor will be a pay-per-view or on Honor Club like the last Ring of Honor show?
I don't know. I have no idea. I could ask. I could ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, guys.
This was a blast, guys.
Fun.
We did 2 hours and 5 minutes. Longest show in years. Any hint on the AEW pay-per-view location? I knew the location. I knew multiple locations, and it is not happening at either location.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
I was totally kayfabed on the new location.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You're good with that, though.
But I'll find out. I always do.
Uh-oh. Very sinister. You going to be making those videos like MG?
Now, let me tell you a story. You ready for this?
Yes, please.
Do I expose everybody here? You ready?
Yeah.
I'm about to expose them. Can I tell you that time that I spoke to... Thank you.